I see Blake's picture, Bone's picture, and John's picture.
You mean the title?
Well, but just know
That's definitely
Good evening. Welcome to TCH Live, coming at you from Texas Card House in Austin, Texas. I'm William Waddy, the New York Knit, with you once more.
All right, let's get
Yep.
going.
Hi. How's everyone doing this evening? I'm Dante at Dante Poker. We've got a really good one. A good one here tonight. I feel like I always say that, but I really mean it this
Hey,
time.
when does this show ever disappoint?
It doesn't disappoint.
It's a quality program here.
And we'll go around the felt and talk about some of these players. We do see Bones back. It's great to see him on the stream. I know he played it last week or a couple weeks ago.
One of the OGs of Austin Poker. We got Crowley in the box getting us going with a $10 PLO bomb pot, as we often start around here.
Oh, they are so big.
953 rainbow on top, on the bottom, and it is
Almost
1094
identical.
rainbow. Yes, slightly more connection on that bottom board. So let's see. Maybe we get some scoopable hands here.
Bet 20.
Certainly possible to have a two-way here. Lots of checking. Barber has chunk of equity on the bottom.
Yeah, Barber's got the wrap.
He's got the wrap,
He's
yeah.
got the wrap there. And two pair for optimize. That's going to get him in trouble.
Beholds are making it $20 for the 8765, which is going to give him draws on both sides of it. Optimize calls, and there was the third caller, I think.
Yeah, he's looking for a heart, obviously, on one board.
I think we're getting the graphics right. I think there were 4 callers looking at the chips sitting on the table, or 4 takers.
It was such a small bet.
Jack and a deuce puts up some more straight draws.
All kinds of straight draws.
This would be so much more fun if they came the other way. So Barber picks up a... He didn't pick anything up. We just checked through. Here's a wheel card.
Ace 4 or
Broadway
4
card.
6. Do we see a 4 6? We do. Kevin's got the nuts with 2 pair. He's got some equity on top. You can get some showdown there.
Barber on the bottom does have the second nut straight, the jack high.
7 check, 9 check. Showdown, please.
Or the queen high straight, rather, for the second nuts. We check through again. You got a straight, and nobody wants to get quartered, so nobody's going to bet their straight.
I mean, I think that's the way you should play it.
Yeah.
Sometimes, right? With that many people in the hand, you're getting quartered a lot of time. And I like the way Kevin played. No, he's just in calling mode there. He doesn't need to balloon the pot. He doesn't want to get repot there with just, just the straight on one board. So that was an unmeaningful hand here. Let's talk about, so we got Kevin like we just talked about. He's in seat 4. We talked about Bones here already in seat 2. He had his name last time as Owen or something like that.
Hey, you gotta keep
Sure,
guessing.
he's Bones there. We talked about Behold him. Optimize is here as well. Kevin is seat 8. Is here too. And Johnny, who played last week, I believe, is in seat 5. And Barbara, who's been playing, it feels like every week now.
Yeah.
Been doing really well. 6-3 suited. No, not even a small raise.
5-10.
Nope, gotta stick that straight in the muck when you're under the gun.
7 raise, 40 total.
Kind of like you should do with King Jack offsuit. I'm not a fan of
I'm
under
not
the
a
gun
fan either.
+1. And
P-Man
there you go,
with the
P-Man.
eights.
I've seen P-Man lots of times, actually. I feel like I've seen him on this stream, but I know he's played in other streams.
Up in Dallas, I believe.
Yeah. So we're
Be
heads
sure
up
and-
here.
Be sure to check out that Dallas stream on Tuesdays and Wednesdays on the same channel.
I do every Tuesday. All right, we have 2 clubs here. So
And we have top pair for
Billy's
Beholden.
Billy's gonna. Beholdem's gonna outflop him. I do like his lead out here, as he probably would do as a C bet for anything.
Yeah.
So this P-Man might think he's good. Although that 10 also, now he's got 2 overs to his 8s.
Yeah, I'm just done with the red 8s.
Yeah. I just didn't see the 10 for a second. I thought it was just 1 over. You can look him up one street here.
Yeah. 2 overs, you don't got the club, just be done with it. Like, this board does not get any better for you.
No.
Like, you have 1 out that's clean.
All right, B Hold'em's going to take down our first Hold'em pot.
Live 10.
It's aptly named.
Does look like we've got the 10 on, as we so often do around here. See some folding. I think we're just getting these cards scanned. There we go.
And B Hold'em's also laying down his suited connectors. In Texas, everybody plays suited connectors, so it's odd to see.
Sevens for Kevin. P-Man, though, waking up with the ace-king. Going to put in that 3-bet up to $85.
Kind of a smallish 3-bet.
Yeah, 35 to 85 is not that much at all, but it is going to invite Barber in there with the somewhat raggedy Queen 10 offsuit. And now Kevin, I think, has an easy call.
Yeah, I mean, I think even if he didn't get even if it was a multi-way, yeah, it's just
easier call.
Set mine. Ace 7 queen.
Now you
Ace 7 jack would be.
now you like the flops that have a 7.
Oh, I guess
Apparently Queen 10 got out of there. Maybe Queen 10 wishes it wasn't out of there. Queen 8-6, the flop. Nobody holding a heart on this monotone flop. P-Man going to continue for 75, and Kevin, of course, going to muck.
Yeah, I mean, no shame there, right? I mean, 2 overs, monotone board.
Yeah, again, the board doesn't get any better. It's even worse than that last flop for the 8s.
Yeah, I mean, P-Man can
Because like
legitimately
now,
have a queen there.
Also, a 7's going to complete some straights. Who knows how many hands that have a straight draw that he'd be 3-betting, but you do have to consider that.
I know you can only, but he said it.
It's all about what action came first. From what I saw, the money hit the table before he said call, so he can
No, I
forfeit the
just, I just want to
35.
understand. That's why I don't want to make him up.
All right, get another hand dealt out here.
Are we seeing the straddle going on here?
And you are big
Yep,
line.
I do see a 10. I do see a 10 from seat 7.
I didn't need to fold it.
8, call, 9, 4,
Kevin limping in there with the ace 10. Bones waking up with the suited ace. Going to go the aggressive route.
5, fold.
There's your standard 4X here.
6,
Falling over the limp, sure.
7, fold. 8, call.
Kevin going the limp call route. Ace 10 offsuit, that's one that I personally don't even play from early position usually. And we see top pair for both players here, so maybe a bit of trouble for Bones on this ace 3 deuce flop. Check, check.
He's going to
4
play it like
hearts.
he doesn't have the ace. He's going to play a trappy.
And he does not have a kicker where he's going to want to play 3 streets anyway. And this is the very straighty, fleshy turn.
8, call.
And Kevin going to check hold the 30 from Bones. See what this river looks like.
Recognize him.
Yeah, Bones is down to the 7 only. He's got 3 outs here.
That is not one of them. The 10 is going to play for Kevin here. Aces and 3s with a 10.
Yeah,
See
if I were
Bones wants
Bones, I
to-
was thinking Kevin's calling with some sort of king of hearts. It'd be tough to put him on an ace here, so I think he's going to look to get value, and he's just going to get snap called. I don't suspect Kevin ever raising.
60 from Bones, and yeah, this does seem, or 70 from Bones. This does seem like a pretty straightforward call.
8,
He makes the call. Bones going to find out the bad news.
Yeah, Kevin really underrepresented his hand there. He does play a little trappy, but he was okay with Bones setting the action there.
Thank you.
All right, we have 2 Monday Night Football games tonight.
Yeah, that's a lot of football getting played tonight. And I am fading Nick Chubb, and I'm fading, I forget the other guy, the Carolina running back.
Miles Sanders?
Probably him.
Yeah, he was the Eagles last year.
We can double check that. But yeah.
Or
And
Chua Hubbard.
I would be delighted if we could get a pick 6 from Watson, just saying.
9, fold.
Do you have that Pittsburgh defense?
1,
And yeah, that is Miles Sanders that I'm fading as well.
And just go for a bunch of sacks.
That
Harold's
works.
online.
Bones is going to raise his Jack 10 off here.
4, call.
Kevin's going to call. Now, this is a matchup that I'm really interested to see. Bones against Kevin. That ought to be fun.
For sure.
And Behold'em is splashed around in a lot of hands early on so far.
Kevin's got to get in there, too, with the 10-3 offsuit.
Well, I mean, he's got 3 other players. I see a 10 right off the
The
bat.
10 right there.
But he is
dominated. Bones has the better 10, the Jack 10. Behold'em with bottom pair.
2-bet 35.
Bones gonna.
Yeah, Bones gonna get a little,
35 out.
gonna exact a little revenge here on Kevin from the last hand.
Behold'em
He's got a
gonna
5.
continue. He does have a pair.
8 call. 3 players.
I think if
Kevin
you're
calling.
Behold'em when Kevin calls.
This 4 of hearts.
got a
This
10.
is actually going to give a gut shot to the 10-3.
Yep, he does pick up 4 more outs there, I believe.
Checks over to Bones. See if
Bones
he
is
wants
going to
to
bet here for sure. He
go
might go a
for it,
little
yeah.
larger here.
2-bet 110.
Half pot?
He wants to charge the draws here. Makes it 110. Like there is an obvious spade draw available. There is an obvious open ender available with the 9-8. And folds over to Kevin, who has the lesser 10.
And I got to say, this is why you don't play 10-3.
He folds, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you make a dominated top pair, and then you have to fold.
That was a
So,
very good fold. Very careful response there from Kevin. Just lays it down top pair.
Always wise to not throw good money after bad. The hand that arguably didn't even need to see the flop. This is a trap that a lot of players walk into, actually, where you say, well, I have pot odds because, hey, it's only 20 more, and there'll be 120 in there.
Yeah, but he had.
You have 10-3 offsuit. Tell me the board where you're going to make the best hand and you're going to win a lot of money.
And you're not even in position against.
That's the other thing. You're not even in position.
Do we have someone coming?
Never mind the other issue where,
not, but I'm
it's going to be hard to play a big pot.
we have 1 seat open. So. Live 10. I was told Prestige is not coming.
No, the other prestige.
I mean, we have Preston sitting in seat 1.
Here we got P-Man here. Basically the same hand as Kevin last time.
Live 10. 1 fold, 2 fold, 4 folds.
That's a tough corner around there.
5 reads.
1, 2, and 4. And 5. And 6.
Johnny getting in there with the suited gapper, and Behold'em with a far superior holding.
Been super active. I mean, he's
2
got some hand
kings.
cards here, so he's probably gonna make it big. He's got a couple players already in there. He could be like 140, something like that. I would imagine,
Jim?
especially in the small blind. He wouldn't mind 1 caller, but he definitely doesn't want 2. He goes
135, and he will get no action at all.
I'd much rather have that than go see a flop out of position right there. So
And of course, there's going to be an ace on the flop. It's a rule.
yeah.
That's why I want to play poker. I'll still be above ground at his age. And play poker.
I'll just take a live.
Live 10, live 20, double straddle.
Double straddles on, so we're playing 10-20 now. This game is a 2K tap
Initially
buy-in,
2K, and then it's match the stack.
Then you can match the stack there.
And these games usually do escalate once you get a big pot. Looks like we've got the 10 and the 20 on. Thanks to all of you in the chat so far. Be sure to hit that like button on the way in. Tell the algorithm TCH is up and running and it's worth watching. And we'll get a nice little crowd going here. Johnny with a nice little hands here, a couple of kings.
Again. Let's see how he
Making the
plays
rounds. He makes it $70. And see if anyone can offer resistance here.
1 fold.
It's down to Bones. He
Ooh,
has
Bones
sixes,
has
and he can take a flop, and he will take a flop. Heads up, kings versus sixes. Jack 5 deuce, not quite what Bones was looking for.
it. Great flop for
Has
Johnny there.
Has some weak back doors, and that's about it. He does have second pair, so he might call this 55 from Johnny. Second pair and not beautiful backdoors, but backdoors. He does call.
That's one of them.
Wow, the 3 of diamonds is one of the best cards, short
It's
of
one
a
of them
6.
right now. A straight flush draw is available. Now he's more importantly, he's the only one with a diamond.
Let's see it. Oh, so close.
I was trying to count, but no.
5 of hearts.
Bones might think he's good here.
Bones is very possibly
I think
good
he's like
against
80% good here. He's might go for value. Maybe not. What value would ever call him?
Yeah, gonna check it over. I think this is probably a check call if he faces a bet. Guess we're gonna find out here.
5 bet 110.
Price will be 110, and the bet tends to look weak, at least in my experience.
It almost always is, yeah.
And he's got a bluff catcher. Like, he's got second pair, essentially.
He's got 2 pair now. I mean, he's
beating all the random ace X's.
He's going to raise it.
Wow, the check raise. Gonna say, I had middle pair, and now I have better than middle pair.
We saw Bones do this 2 weeks ago, and he bluffed someone off the best hand. In the exact scenario, right? That run out's pretty sick. Although the 5 of hearts doesn't make any sense to bluff on, but
Look at this guy. What a class act.
It's a little bit loud, bro.
There is no too loud.
Oh, that was a hell of a game.
He flicks it in. He picks off the bluff. Bones went the aggressive route. Did not work out this time. Perhaps Johnny was watching that show.
You don't have to kill anybody.
I wasn't. I was occupied that day, unfortunately.
this was 2 weeks.
2 weeks ago, I was occupied that day.
I think it wasn't last week.
I wasn't around. I wasn't around last week either. Like I've been away far too long. I gotta stop being away.
Sorry. 2 adding on 1.
So ADC Scooter is in there. Frank, I see Frank. Thanks for hopping in, JTMY.
I see
On my deck
AT.
side, so you kind of got to yell at me a little bit.
Come say hi in the chat if you're getting in here. Let us know where you're watching from, and let's make some friends in the chat. It's a good group. He holds him with the ace jack, makes it 35.
1 fold, 2 folds.
And
That's what's gonna
35
do it.
is too much for anyone else.
Thank you. No problems with the blue cards. Good. Live 10.
How's work going for you?
It keeps me busy. It's not boring, that's for sure.
That's good. My wife works from home. You work from home a lot, though.
Yeah, I'm a remote worker myself. Usually in my house, sometimes other places. Sometimes sometimes I park myself in Vegas for a month and a half.
Well, there's a lot of remote working going on just in this club sometimes.
Yeah.
All right, we sixes are going to show up again with Optimized. Finally has a hand that he likes. He's probably going to 3-bet this. Yeah, he does.
110, that seems like a great price.
It's got to be right 1 out of 7, 1 out of 8 times here. He's out of position, so he's got to either spike the 6, unless the flop is more favorable to him. That might be.
998, couple of hearts, which Kevin is ahead, and not a lot of hands that Optimize necessarily is going to have on this board.
He shouldn't really connect with it. He's not really going to have a 9.
He will continue. That will make it 65. He can have an overpair. He can have
That's the
heart
thing.
drop.
Yeah, he could have like 10s or jacks here. I tend to, after been watching his game for a long time, when he gets those bigger pairs, he tends to bet bigger.
And he's going to get check raised by Kevin here. 150, just a little quick.
It's not a bad play from Kevin. He's going to get a lot of information out of this.
I think he'll be happy to just take it down now.
I think Optimize calls one street. He has been calling a lot lately.
Lighter.
Light, yeah, he's been calling a little lighter.
And in this case, he's actually going to go for a 3-bet.
A
Here
small
comes
3-bet.
poker. He makes it $400.
So we went from 150 to 400, a little less than third.
Too bad.
Kevin going to say good bet, and he's going to let it go.
Definitely look like pocket jacks there. Although would jacks raise with that board there? A 9 would.
Maybe. Yeah, I tend to keep my work and my poker separate. Like I tend to try not to bring work to the poker room.
Oh.
Yeah, I do see people like work happens and they step aside sometimes in the cash games.
Yeah, our friend Sam, if you're watching.
Speaking of work, we got somebody watching for work. Juha Nisinen, I hope I pronounced that right, watching from Finland. We get viewers from all over the world. Like we've had a lot of Australian viewers in particular, because I guess we're a morning show in Australia.
Oh.
Imagine us as like morning radio people.
I don't get up before 12, so I don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Finland. Oh, no, they're in the. I was just.
Yeah, Finland, it's pretty late in Finland. Probably like 1 a.m. or something. I don't know the time difference.
They are
Don't
part
hold
of
me
NATO, right? Sweden's not part of NATO.
Yeah, Finland
Yeah.
joined NATO recently.
Yeah, Sweden's not with NATO, which is odd.
Like, fun fact, I'm part Finnish.
You are?
I am. I actually, back when I was going to conferences for things, like my name tag would be a magnet for the people, whoever would be there from Finland. My last name is Lottie. That's a Finnish name.
Finnish name?
Yeah, and I end up having conversations with like people from Helsinki, as we have some poker happening here. Bones going for the cold 4-bet with the Jack Knight of Diamonds and the small blinds. I love it. He thinks all these guys are full of it. Folds back to optimize our 3-better. He 3-bet the 7s. Does not have a price to set mine. Bones with the 4-bet without even so much as an ace blocker.
Yeah,
Gonna
I mean,
take it
that's,
down.
you know, I think
That's
that,
our Bones.
He is, he enjoys, or he does, I don't know if he enjoys it, he puts people in uncomfortable positions. Who wants to call $400 with a pocket pair?
Hey, that's the trick to poker, though.
Yeah.
You know, you got to put your opponent in tough spots. If you think they're going to overfold, give them that chance to fold. When you raise, you give them a chance to fold.
Beholden's gonna, is he limping here?
He is limping with the ace-queen, the worst hands ever created, in my opinion.
Never go, no, never lose all your money with the queen in your hand.
And Bones with the 8-4 of spades, he is going to once again become aggressive.
Well, hold him.
$45 the price.
Here, yeah.
I don't think ace-queen's going to fold. Even I'm not folding ace-queen. And I hate that hand with a passion. This might be a limp re-raise. No, he's going to limp call it.
No, you save those for your aces and kings.
That way you can say, hey, everyone, I have aces.
Right in the window.
And how about an ace and a gutter for Beholden, who's going to check it over to Bones, who's probably going to rep a good hand here.
Yeah, because that's his flop, right?
Yeah, this is an awesome flop for the 3-better.
Yeah, that board texture is all Bones here.
He'll make it $45 saying, hey, I got a big pair, I got a draw, I got something, I got a set.
I need to get value.
And Beholden's going to say, no, I have that.
I don't want to see him raise this.
Yeah, raise would be an overplay here. He is going to just call. Heads up we go. We're going to give Bones a chance to continue bluffing as the turn pairs the jack. So aces and jacks with a queen for Beholden. His kicker is playing here.
It's actually a really good card just in case somehow Bones showed up with ace-10.
Yeah. Yeah, ace-10 just turned 3-pair, which is one too many. Check, check. I think Bones might be thinking the better of this now. And now Bones rivers himself a pair of 4s.
Now we've seen him. Yeah, I like Hold'em's check here because he would have gotten check raised.
Yeah, we've watched Bones check raise white before. He's going to check back. He is just giving up. And going to see that Beholden have the hand that he was representing.
Am I saying your name right? Juha Nisanen?
Yeah, our friend from Finland. I feel like that's how you say the name. I'm not 100% sure. I know the J often sounds like a Y in Finnish, like one of our local players, Joni, a guy from Finland who plays poker around here in Austin. Like it's a J, but it's pronounced a Y.
I'll probably know if I see him. You were born in Finland?
No,
Oh.
no. I am part Finnish.
I was born in Germany.
Were you? I never knew that.
I was born in a communist. I was born in East Germany. It doesn't exist anymore.
Okay. Okay, the other side of
Yeah, the other side. My dad was in the Air Force, and I don't know. Then I was adopted, but I had no idea how he went on that other side.
I need to say that. This is my favorite hand. I'd say like a.
It has to be spades.
No, well, spades.
What a world. Amazing how the world's changed, where you got a lot of, that whole map, that whole part of the world, like,
Oh, it's
the
totally
map
yeah.
is so different from like when I was born to today.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm born in a country that doesn't exist anymore. Like on my birth certificate, it says I was born here now. So I was adopted, so they just. All right.
That probably solved some problems.
Yeah, it certainly made things easier. We do see Optimize the suited connectors, and he's just going to limp in here. I would limp in too with Murderer's Row right behind me. P-Man, though, has been very quiet.
6 call.
Bones does limp in with his one gapper there. We're going 4 ways to flop here with no raise. Just, wow, okay. You typically don't see that. A lot of C.
Sometimes we keep it
10,
friendly.
Oh, did he just flop a boat?
He did. Optimize has flopped himself the second nuts here.
He's going to check? No, he should bet.
Yeah, I mean, you could get somebody who has a draw to continue. Nobody has an open ender. We do have Barbara with a gutter here.
Yeah, it's
He's
not
going to call the 20.
He is going to call.
Like a lot of the time, somebody's going to at least have a draw here. The 3 of clubs is a dud.
There's just no money in the pot now. That's what Optimize is thinking. How do I get money in the pot?
9 bet 60.
$60, 2/3 pot. Where
For Jack.
yeah, let's try and
That may not be good.
He folds, and
You got something?
yeah,
Oh, something.
Yeah.
little something, something.
Get a hand on this bet. Bet everything.
Just try it.
I would love to see Finland at some point, though. I hear nice things about Finland. So I could-
No, it is. Yeah, I
It's a
mean,
nice
I've
place.
never been. I mean,
Anytime there's a
you hear a lot of great things about all the Scandinavian countries.
Yeah,
Is Denmark considered Scandinavian?
I'm not sure.
Show you how to play.
I get.
I know now we're talking geography and
Yeah.
politics, but in the chat, is Denmark a
I know that some would even argue against Finland culturally being Scandinavian. I don't have any opinion for lack of information, but it's like, yeah, I'm honestly not sure.
I thought it was.
Like it is like that part, like it's like that part of the
That's right,
world, like
yeah, it's
Northern
right.
Europe.
And one thing I know about that area is Norway, the Norway Pavilion at Walt Disney World, Epcot.
Okay.
You never been?
No,
Never been to Epcot. Wow.
There's a lot of places I haven't been. I got to get out more.
Well, they have these little lands that are by the countries, and the people that actually work in there are from that country.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. I mean, I like that kind of stuff.
That is interesting.
And Norway is there, so that's fun.
What's the quadrant today? It's not 9.
KJ in the chat saying Denmark is part of Scandinavia.
Ah!
Thank you for contributing to the program. I love a good fact check.
10 live 20s.
Hey, if I say something stupid, call me out on it.
there and you get $600.
And on the bomb pot, if you get all
Is that
5,
KJ here?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Are you the KJ, the dealer that's here, or are you another KJ?
I feel like it's probably another KJ. That's just
yeah,
a
that's, I mean, because I did see him dealing, so I don't see him on his
Yeah.
phone.
No, they said they pay the bonus.
Oh, is it the same?
Yeah,
Then
they pay
600.
full
What was
bonus.
I going to say? Yeah, so at the end of the day, I'm just some loudmouth from New York, so, you know,
Oh, if it's a closet.
keep me in line. Kevin opening the 10-9. Johnny just finding the ace-queen. A hand that certainly could consider 3-betting,
Yeah,
especially offsuit where you're going to have fewer good flops. Bowen's going to come along with the 10-9 off in the second
the ace
straight.
nine has the positions too on both of them. A king right in the window.
King, king, deuce with diamonds, which is going to give Kevin the diamond draw.
Yeah, right. Yeah, what's going
We have confirmation this is some other KJ.
No, not dealing. Okay.
Welcome, other KJ. I hope you're enjoying the show.
You have a new player now?
I do, and Kevin bets the diamond draw. Nobody else has anything, so they fold.
Yeah, I mean, what the only thing I could possibly call there, I mean, another pocket pair, but
Or another diamond draw.
you know, you better
Which
chance.
we're probably happy if nobody else has a diamond draw. If we got the 10 high diamonds,
Yeah.
there's doesn't leave a lot of worse diamond draws that are going to get to the flop there.
KJ, where are you watching from?
So we're doing match the stack.
He's got his coach sling bag on.
And this graphic lists him as THC.
Is that TCH or is that the?
Yeah, we are TCH. THC is something else.
Yeah. All right, Barbara's got a
6 raise, 30.
suited Jack 10 here. It's probably going to be worthy of a raise. I think 35 to 40 is going to be our standard opening. It's funny when you see, it's not funny, but when you see people who have not played poker in Texas and they raise in a 2-5 game, it's like the 15.
Yeah.
On the stream, you're like,
a fairly normal opening.
yeah, and then they're like, everybody's like, what are you doing?
10-7-6. This is going to give Barber top pair, P-man, middle pair, and a gutter.
This could be action here, right? Everybody's got
60 from
something.
Barber
Bones with the 2 overs here.
comes along. Not quite enough to take a turn. That would have been a decent turn.
I was just saying with 2 overs, that multi-way, I might just peel one off there.
The king does roll off, and
6 bet.
pair of 10 still good for Barber, who is going to fire once more. 110 the price this time for P-Man to try and find himself a 9, 8, or 7.
Yeah, and Barber bet on the flop when there are more players in the hand, so it's less likely he's bluffing at all.
Yeah, this does feel stronger, and
Yeah.
that is going to wrap the hands up. KJ watching from Seattle. Nice. I used to live up there.
We were just talking about that before the stream. I lived in Bellevue and Redmond.
Yeah.
I loved it. The
Yeah,
summers were great.
The east side is nice. The summers are great up there. I miss the summers.
Great. You know, obviously the winters.
The summers are way better in the Seattle area than they are down here in Texas.
You think?
Yeah.
I lived in Portland too.
Yeah, Portland's all right.
Kind of the
I've
same
only
weather.
been to Portland a couple of times. But, yeah, the summer, both times were during summer. It was pretty nice. Actually, I'm going to spend about an hour in Seattle a couple weeks from now. I'm going to fly to Sacramento for some mixed game tournaments.
Oh yeah.
And I'm going to
Thunder Valley.
connect through Seattle. I haven't been to SeaTac in probably about 7 or 8 years.
Does that mean you're flying Alaska?
Yeah, I'm going to fly Alaska.
Their hub is in.
Seattle and Portland, the 2 hubs for those guys.
Uh-oh, P-Man now wakes up with the hand he might be able to raise with, and he's going to make
Yes, he
this
will
a
raise.
beefy raise too.
Make it 150.
That's probably your standard raise here, because considering there are 4 players.
Well,
in the
against a raise and a call, yeah, 150 seems fine. Over to Kevin with the ace-jack offsuit, which should 4-bet or fold. And
yeah, I think
he's
it's
gonna call
it's a
instead.
fold. Yeah, I know he does call.
Yeah,
That's the problem, right? If you flop an ace,
yeah, you're going to have a dominated pair. And now Optimize actually has a price to call. You do have to be a little bit careful with deuces just because you could get set over set a little bit more often.
he's got 150 to win 450, 460.
3 ways we go.
Oh,
There's a deuce and there's a lot of clubs. So P-Man and Kevin both with non-nut club draws. Optimized with bottom set. Here comes poker, everyone.
I'd like to see. Well, I know it's Kevin's turn right now.
P-Man, our 3-better, makes it 120. Kevin gonna muck the Jack High Club draw, the worst of the 3 holdings.
Now, Optimizer is running bad the last couple of streams.
He's got a choice here. He is gonna raise.
I
Gotta
like
make
that.
it
Much better than
400.
calling. You don't want to see another club come off here.
And you sure don't. And this could just get the Queen of Clubs to fold. The Ace of Clubs
Yeah.
is gonna stick around.
Oh, yeah.
The stuff that's not the nuts, more likely to fold. You never know. You might see a 3-bet. We've seen.
Well, I think the call is the worst option.
Yeah. Call is.
I think 80% fold would probably be the best. Although P-Man knows, Optimize knows that someone's always c-betting there. So
That 7's black, but it's not a club. It's a spade. P-Man checking over to Optimize. Stacks of pot is just a little bit over 1 now.
yeah, I still like for some value here, 500-600, and I think if he does bet that and gets called, and he gets checked over to him, he's just going to check back. It almost feels like he's being trapped a little, but. He goes.
Gonna make a pretty committing bet here, assuming that we got these.
Yeah, now he's not going anywhere. He goes 550.
550, which is telling P-Man, let's get it in. He does let it go. Optimize's going to take that down.
Bomb pot, Annie up, please.
It sounds like we are heading for a bomb pot. 4 cards, 2 boards.
Thank you.
5 after all.
Jay Stevens, good to see you in the chat.
Where is it at there?
Glad to have you all here. We're over half an hour in tonight, and we've seen so much poker already getting played. We've seen some river check raises with bluffs. We've seen some white 3-bets. We've seen some white 4-bets. And now we're going to see 4 cards and hopefully see some fireworks here. These cards scanned, and we'll go to the flops. First flop, Ace 9-8, all spades. Second flop, there's a 9, King 9 deuce rainbow.
In that first year, the transformation's just insane.
Bones just folds. THC with not a whole lot here.
The Holden has a flush. Can't be too happy about it.
Yeah, he's got the 7 high spades. Barber with a set of 8s on the top. Holds and potted it. P-Man with the nut spades. And a king on the bottom. He's going to call the 90.
Oh, I didn't even see P-Man's hand. Yeah.
And so Barber has bottom set on a monotone board, and he's going to just fold that, and I don't blame him. Like, even if he pairs up, he may not be good. 7 and a king.
And looks like a scooper here.
So this actually gives P-Man trips on the bottom, so he actually does have B Hold'em drawing dead now. So nut spades and good trips equals screwability.
Medical. I would guess it's medical.
250, 270 was a
Took it down. Hey, Steven saying, hello, friends from MT. Is this Montana or is this Midtown or right?
Montana.
I will.
Yeah. Played cashier on Saturday. Had a nice take of 1190 after buying in for 380. Glad you had a nice little score there.
Yeah.
Live
Yeah, always good to have a winning session. Glad that you're running good. There are rounds here in Texas. Come check us out here, TCH Austin. We got these cash games. We've got tournaments tonight. It's the $20 no-limit Hold'em rebuy. $60 Hold'em on Wednesdays. Fridays we have the $100 PLO bounty. I actually won that this past Friday. I
think I might play that one.
Yeah, one of these days we gotta tell me when you're playing. If I'm
I'll send
if
you a
I'm
message.
around, we'll play that one. Maybe do a little last longer. And yeah, one bullet turned that into $1,050. That was a fun night. And Saturdays we got a 150 Hold'em as well. All the details at TexasCardHouse.com. You can also find the tournament schedules at the other 5 TCH locations. As we head to a flop, Ace King 5, 2 hearts, and both of these players have top pair.
9-bet 100.
That's $100 from Optimize, it looks like.
Yeah, this is a tough one here for P-Man, right? I mean, he is suited there. That's probably why he
He's going to
called.
call. You've got top pair, you're beating a heart draw. The 9 of spades doesn't change anything as far as what the nuts are. Like if your ace-8 was good, it's probably still good. So,
Well, this is going to give him some more outs, like a 9 now or a 5. It would be a chop the pot, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, not that he knows that, but I mean, he probably is thinking a little bit about that because the king is out there. So he might, if he's sharing an ace, it's now some chop opportunities here.
300th the price from Optimize. And that's a little too much for P-Man. Understandable.
He goes full pot there.
Jay Stevens, love to hear a TCH Live on your bucket list. Hopefully that happens sometime.
You said,
Okay, I got his name right. I got you his name right. That's great. And it's 3 in the morning in Fidlands. Well, thanks for hanging with us at that hour.
I'm usually up by 3 a.m.
Yeah, I know you're working tonight, or I guess this morning out where you're at. Yeah, that could.
How
those hours could be
how
weird.
cold does it get there?
That's a good question. How cold does it
How
get?
is it colder?
in the winter
Like
time?
the coldest. We won't count Alaska, but the coldest stays like what, North Dakota, Wisconsin,
Like Minnesota.
Minnesota. The
Sometimes
coldest
Maine.
states. Yeah, but sometimes they have the Atlantic.
But like, generally, it's like northern
Yeah.
Minnesota.
Is
Is the
it, now is
coldest.
Finland colder than those states?
It's a good question.
That's,
I'm
you
honestly
know,
not sure.
I guess we could probably look it up.
Yeah.
I'm not that
If we could actually do any research on this show.
instead of just ask the people in the chat.
Yeah. So you see Johnny with the King 10 suited here. He's going to go for the free bet.
6 fold 9.
He did what Bones did. Bones got aggressive, and Johnny's going to do the same. Bones is going to take the flop with the suited gavel there.
Yeah, I mean, he's got position, so his range is going to be really open there on the button.
And I see some clubs. Ace 9 5 and Bones with the club draw. Johnny
5 check.
is going to choose not to
Yeah, I don't blame
have
him.
the ace high flop.
Maybe he could pick some additional equity with the straight or the spades on the turn.
He does have the back doors. I think he just gives up.
I always find reasons for them to call,
Yeah.
not what they should
Like,
call.
And he is going to call. I personally would c-bet that board. Ace high boards are great for the 3-better, and now Bones has a flush, so Bones is going to be winning this pot. Johnny does pick up the gut shot.
That's no good.
Yeah.
I'm right in the middle. 55 minutes, same thing, an hour and change. If there's no such an easy drive, I was saying, I think it's over here.
To go 300, so he goes half pot, less than half
Goes
pot.
closer to full pot, actually.
Oh, it was 500?
$500.
Oh, I didn't see the extra.
Yeah, he was trying to extract some money, and unfortunately, Johnny had nothing to pay him with.
Number one dial on good or
He
bad.
just didn't want to see another jack on the river, or another club.
Yeah, I know Finland's on the Arctic Circle. Now I'm gonna do a little bit of Googling. Little bit of Googling here. Average monthly temperature, Helsinki.
I mean, does it like snow there 100% of the time?
Oh, I mean, I assume that their summers actually
Yeah, no,
are
it
warmer.
doesn't because I know
Okay.
Sweden doesn't.
Okay, so Helsinki, Finland, your average high in July, that's 71 Fahrenheit,
Oh,
which in Celsius, that's, what is that in Celsius?
don't ask me that stuff. Well, I know 32 is 0.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you can
yeah, 32 Fahrenheit
reverse
is 0,
engineer that.
It's like, it's probably like 20-ish if I had to guess.
Well, I
Yeah.
know in North Dakota and Minnesota it gets in the 90s.
Yeah.
So.
Then in the wintertime, your average high is a little bit below freezing. And the average low doesn't look to be that low.
Like 30?
Like 20, your average low is like
New York
20.
Manhattan gets colder than that.
Yeah, New York, like your coldest day of the year in New York, that is cold.
I was there with the last time, and we were eating outside at some French restaurant like they do. It was and by the time our steak got there, it was already cold because it was like 18 degrees. Now, 18 degrees is not terribly cold, but for me, I couldn't feel my bones.
Yeah. Yeah, there's such a thing as bone chilling cold. I was like last winter, like late winter, I was in Denver for something, and the snow kicked up a little bit at night. I could tell you exactly where I broke my foot last year.
Oh.
I see some spades, 10-4-3 with spades, and that's going to be B Holden with a flush draw. P-man with fives and the spade.
25.
Goes for the little $25 bet. B Holden overs and spades.
He check raised? Oh, he
He
went
check
all
shoves.
in.
P-man gonna call it off.
Because it didn't
Second
make any
pair.
sense. It just didn't make any sense there.
Correction, it's just a $100 check
Oh.
raise. That's disappointing. Ace of spades, not disappointing for B Hold'em, who has turned the queen high flush with a royal redraw. P-man picks up a wheel gut shot, picks up a 5 high spade draw, and it's going to bet again.
250.
Gonna feel weird. He gets check raised, and now he gets check 2. This might be the shove.
Yeah, because it doesn't make any sense for him just to call.
This is going to be the shove.
No, we told him about the San Antonio game.
Timmy knows he's not good here. Maybe he's thinking the 5 of spades might be a trump card there for him. With the flush.
No, there's a lot of players.
This feels so weird, but it's just so easy to be dead, and so he makes the call.
2 check raises twice.
The double check raise. That's
You
not.
don't see. You can go a whole session.
Like
Go a whole week without seeing
I can
that.
do a whole month without a double check raise. Like it's a very specific situation where I'm doing that, and it's usually a specific opponent.
Double check raise with the bluff. That never happens.
Yeah. Hugh says it's nice in the summer. Yeah, it sounds nice. Septi sounds nice.
Yeah, you should try the summers here in Austin.
Yeah, where it's a lot hotter. It was like 105
Did we have like
Fahrenheit.
almost 3 months of over
It was
100?
100. It was 100 a lot. That's too hot, especially for my colder sensibilities.
I must have those too because coming from California, we never got to 100.
Yeah, it's not 100 where either of us are from.
Yeah.
6
Yeah.
raise, 35 total.
Yeah, I imagine Finland and Thailand would have somewhat different climates. I see jacks and deuces for Barber, open enter for Kevin, so action flop here.
Get,
8 raise, 85.
And we have a bet from Barber. We have a quick raise from Kevin up to 85. Holding the open ender. Barber, I doubt it's going to go anywhere with top and
no,
bottom.
he's only got 2 choices: call or re-raise him. I prefer the aggressive part here and re-raise him.
I tend to call just to give him a chance to keep bluffing if that's what he wants to, if that's what he's up to. He's going to go for the 3-bet. There are turns that you're not going to love, like those straight and
Yeah,
turns.
you know, any Broadway card, you don't love it.
The small check raise can get him called by this draw. A bigger check raise would have just gotten him called by a better made hand, which is not what you want. And we go to the turn, and there's the 8. That is going to be a straight for Kevin.
It's so disguised too, right? He
has
falls
the nuts.
off with
How do you
queen
have
nine off.
queen 9? How do we get here with queen 9?
And you
This
raise.
this guy gets here with queen 9.
Barber's not out of it yet. He still could boat up here on the river. I mean, that's just me being optimistic.
And like honestly, if you're thinking it's something more like a king queen, he's gonna check. He could also be thinking, is this jack 10? 325. He's gonna go into check call mode. And there's the jack. He's gonna fill up.
Oh, this is so sickening.
A new leader on every street. Barber has found the promised land.
He's going all in here. He's only got 1-to-1. He's less than 1-to-1 here. For
Is he
Barber.
going to lead, though? Is he now going to lead into the guy who just
Because you're
bet?
afraid of, since the board paired, you're afraid
You
of
don't
just
want
going.
it to go check, check.
You can't
I
really
get it.
value bet there, so you're all in.
Gonna move all in, and
Ooh, sorry, JT. Worth a 9 there.
Kevin makes the
Oh,
call.
he makes the call.
The Choctaw Nuts, as they're sometimes called, are going to get Barber the full double up here. What a hand.
Queen 9. Turn it straight.
I just feel like both those hands shouldn't have been in the hand.
Hey, that's most hands in Texas, though. River Rat, we're doing great. Hope you're doing good as well. Glad to see you in here so often.
Are you from down south? Calling from down south? Rio Grande Valley? I think it's where we're at.
I'm not sure.
The TCH there, if I remember correctly.
And there is a TCH Rio Grande Valley. One of the 6 locations, Rio Grande Valley, right here in Austin as well. Dallas and Las Colinas. Las Colinas, they got food there. It's pretty good food. Check out that Bad Beef Bacon. It's got a real kick
Bad
to
Beef
it.
Bacon.
That's a real thing. It's got a kick. And then out in, there's a location out in Houston as well as Spring, Texas.
Which is
where
in Houston,
the Fall
right?
Classic, it's one of the suburbs.
Yeah.
One of the north suburbs. They've got the Fall Classic happening in October. You can see that schedule, texascardhouse.com or Poker Atlas if you are going to be out there. I might try and find some time to get out there. October's pretty busy for me, but
Yeah,
I can
I got some vacations. So
my biggest score ever was a TCH Spring. I would love to top it.
my biggest score, if we're talking tournaments, is at the Venetian.
The Venetian, all right.
Those deep stack tournaments.
Yeah. All right, so we see people gambling in the chat. Do you have points?
If I do, it's just 10. I didn't gamble.
10's enough.
I know, I didn't gamble the last time I saw it.
Get a little action going here.
Let me get my $10 out.
Get my 10.
Cash
You have
money.
enough. That's right.
Yes,
You've got
I'm
enough.
13. All right.
Lucky
And I happen to have $10 right here.
I myself
All right,
also happen to have $10.
Chat, we are gambling here. Don't
judge us.
us. Yeah. We gamble. Whoever rolls the best wins $10 from the other person, which I think is pretty
Kevin
cool.
with some kings is going to put in the 3-bet.
That's the
We'll
third
save
time
the
we've
gambling
seen it.
for after this hand, which I doubt is going to last long because Johnny has queen 4. Kevin going to take it down with that 3-bet. Who wants to go first here?
I went first last time. I remember
Okay,
that. You go first
I
this
believe
time.
you. I will go first. You're going to have position.
I know, that's all. At least I win at something.
Gamble 10. See what score you got to beat. You see Barber and Optimize are big winners so far.
20 double straddle.
Barber with that massive cooler, the float versus straight.
42.
42. I like your chances.
It's better than 50-50.
Your chances are better than 50-50.
It is better than 50-50.
This is slightly better for you than Queens versus Ace King.
Gamble all.
He's going all in. Okay, so he's down in Rio Grande Valley River at.
Did I?
Glad you call TCH your home card room. As do I.
I gotta actually hit enter.
Yeah, it works better when you press the send button.
That's gonna be a mistake because it's going to be
I really hope
43.
It's a tube switch. 41. Come on, one time.
one time. I had a 7 last time.
Bones going for the big squeeze with the queen 3 makes it 120.
A 31. Ah.
The worst thing is you're busto and we can't do it against you.
I know. If I had 20, I would probably do it. I would
And,
do 10.
Bones took it with the re-raise with the queen 3. Well done, Bones.
Well, I mean, he's definitely playing an exploitive style.
People are opening nonsense that can't ever defend against the 3-bet. Go ahead and 3-bet.
And we've got THC, who's not really been involved at all here. He doesn't really have the cards.
Yeah, he's THC's chilling out, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's just playing recreationally.
Yeah.
Just having a little fun. Larry's in the chat.
I can imagine his initials are actually THC, though, and we're just dunking on him for no reason.
Yeah, Tom Henry Chapman.
Hey, you never know. Lots of checking. It was a queen high flop, and Bones has the best hand, and Bones is not going to get any more money.
Yeah, he could try the $15 bet. But
Queen 3 seems to be his hands. Just a moment ago, we saw him go for the squeeze with the queen 3 with success.
he is more aggressive in this game than he was in the 5-10.
I think he's recognizing that he's got different opponents than he did back in the 5-10 days.
I was trying to say that without saying that.
Yeah. But no, it's an important thing, though, to adjust the table that you're at. I'm going to play a 1-2 table different than I'm going to play, say, a 2-5 in Vegas.
Well, yeah, I think the biggest thing is...
Or a Texas game different than a Vegas game. Just because, like, I have different opponents. Barber has aces, which are usually going to raise wherever you happen to be playing, whether it's Texas or anywhere else. He does make it $35.
He's looking for that 3-bet here from anybody because I think every other hand we've had a 3-bet.
Kevin calls, P-Man calls. No, P-Man squeezes with the 5-4. He's going to get his wish. Bones with the 9-8 of clubs. Is he going to step in it? Not this time.
Yeah, he's got players behind him. I get it.
That hasn't stopped him before.
I know, but he's also got P-Man in the hand. Who's a very, I'm not saying that no one else isn't, but P-Man's a very competent player.
THC with the 6s. Gonna call its call.
Now Barber has to raise. I was saying he can get tricky here with because
that's a chunky raise there. That looks like $1,200.
It is,
and that should be the end of that. Jack 8's gonna fold. 5-4 is gonna fold. 6s are gonna fold, and Barber's aces.
I mean, you're kind of stuck there, right? You know, you have to raise multi-way with aces for sure, 100%, even without multi-way. But you know, what's the sizing look like?
I probably don't blast it up to 1,200.
No, but if you make it 3.5, 4x, and P-Man has a real hand, he calls, and that's going to invite THC there.
Like I would probably have gone more like 550 or 600, and get the stack to pot closer to something to where I can just shove flop. And then you hope that somebody flops top pair.
One face card.
Yeah, like somebody flops top pair, and they're probably going to call off, and you're going to be ahead. Which is
Barber's
going to
throw away the queen 9 suited.
Yeah, I probably open that even in that position. I probably open that.
Yeah, I just And Bones has got a real hand here. We're going to see a 3-bet coming in here.
2 raise, 150.
150. Love the
Yeah.
3-bet from the small blind. 3-betting often better than calling in the small blinds, since you get to play the rest of the hands out of position. Not so desirable. Kevin Y with the suited connector. He is double dominated, unfortunately.
Nice.
Colts calls that 3-bet from Bones. B holds in with queen 9 offsuit. Should probably just found the muck free. Instead,
He needs to hit
take the
very
flop.
specifically here.
B holds him looking for a queen. Kevin looking for 2 pair or spades. And he gets 1 spade and he gets no pairs on 7-5-3.
Oddly enough, Bones is ahead here still. I mean,
Everyone misses. Bones is not going to feel great about that flop, though. He does not even have a back door.
4 check. 7 check.
Convince everyone to chop.
Wants it checking, and the 7's going to pair.
And we all get $100.
And we'll see if anybody wants to bite at this one. Bones checks again.
Well, he does have that showdown value with an ace. And Kevin's really not showing any interest here. This would be a great spot for Beholden to pull something off.
First player to blow on this probably wins.
He goes 350, yeah.
Check,
That was
check,
his.
check. To the river we go.
I don't know where these tournament players come from.
And there's a deuce.
All out with
So,
flying in.
For Bones, there's no need to take a stab at this.
TCH has a tournament.
just gonna win.
I've never seen any of the people in the tournament ever before in my life. You know, they just like appear.
If anybody would bet now, the story wouldn't make any sense. So I don't expect anybody.
4 check. Yeah, we actually
That's
just
a check.
looked up in the live stream room. 7 check.
hold him. Come on.
Unleash them.
Nope.
Yeah,
Bones wins with the ace.
Somehow I would believe it.
Yeah.
Jedi Master Ted, how are you?
Good to see you, Ted.
Thank you.
Okay, Finley can get to like 25 below. Oh, that's pretty darn cold.
Stu says that Bones is in the 2-5 streets now.
Just unleash.
Still pretty big streets. We don't have the 5-10 game here anymore.
Yeah, this is the biggest game we stream out of Austin.
Yeah.
If you want any bigger, you got to go to Dallas. Be sure and tune in to the Dallas shows on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, though. They put on a good show up there.
I was telling them we need to,
And
we
they
need to
play
get
some
up and
big
go over
pots.
there and enter the tournament and just convince
RS
everyone to
Actuary
shop
saying hi
right
from
start. We'll all make
Dublin.
$100 and just come back over here and play.
Yeah, I'm also part Irish.
Dublin, but it could be Dublin, California.
Yeah, there's probably other Dublins in the country.
Yeah, there is.
I feel like there's one in Ohio for some reason.
6 raise to 35. 7 fold.
I'm just assuming it's the one in Ireland.
That's the most famous one.
Another place I'd like to see sometime.
1 fold, 2 fold, 3 fold.
Alright, everybody, remember to do it 5-5.
4 fold, 5 fold, 6 fold. Heads up.
Queen,
Queen,
Jack.
Jack.
Another paired board. This will be a gutter for Barber. Or an open enter, rather. I don't know how to read these boards anymore.
Open ender.
You read the board now.
Well, it's an open ender
Yeah.
for Barber.
6 bet 80.
Barber's trying to tell a story. He has a queen here or a jack, and he was just checking it over. Now he's got showdown value with the 9. He's got 9s and queens. Optimized the little showdown value. I don't expect him firing off either.
Sounds like check, check.
Oh,
Almost
what a
nothing.
naughty. Hit it on the river like that.
Nice river for
Almost
Barber.
naughty. What a naughty.
Yeah, Bones was here 2 weeks ago on the 2-5 stream.
Yeah, I should have
Did
known.
really well. I know he likes this club. He played the 5-10 a lot. I know he plays at other clubs 25-50.
Yeah, Bones. Bones plays some high stakes. You know, there's the biggest number is not always the best game. Like, that's the thing. Like even if you're a full-time player, like I saw there was one person I know locally. I remember they posted like they had the chance to move to a 1-3 game that was going. They were playing 1-2, 1-3 game. The seat opens and they have the chance to move. And they declined because the 1-2 game looks better, and they get all kinds of crap for it. But then just won piles of money at the 1-2, and the 1-3 game sucked. And it's like you game select, and that's perfectly fine. Like there are tables where you're going to be the best player. There's going to be tables where you're going to be a competent player. There's going to be tables where you're going to be the fish. And I think we're on a bomb pot here. And
Yeah,
if you're looking to win the money, find the tables where you're the good player. 10-6 deuce, 10-7 5.
Four check.
I see 10s and 5s for Kevin.
It's not working for you for some reason. This is
And I believe a straight draw.
Johnny has that fourth mystery card there.
Check, 6 check, 7 bet, 25, 8 fold, 9 fold,
Stu, what casino is that?
2.
Bones is
He
going
holds him with the king 9-4, deciding to bet. Bones calling with the ace 8-7-5, which has bottom 2.
got her. Yeah, he's got gut
And
shots.
he's got
too.
shot.
6 fold.
Jack 10-8-5 does make the call. That'll be Kevin's hands. We don't know what Johnny's got.
So Jack 9, 9, 6
8
make
and
this
5.
straight there.
Yeah.
4 check.
So that is going to be 3 pair for Kevin now. And then Bones also with 3 pair on top. Deuce and a 9. None of the flushes get there.
There's 7, 8 for anybody. Yep, Johnny has a straight to the bottom.
Yeah, Johnny with the nut straight
Oh,
on
Bones
the bottom.
quarters. He gets quartered there.
Yeah, Bones with the same straight.
And both have 2 pair.
5 bet, 125.
We don't know what that last card is for Johnny. Kevin with the 10s and 8s, I think, is the best hands on top that we know about right now.
You can't feel too good about that, though.
No, certainly not. He does have 2 pair on the bottom as well, which he's also probably not feeling good about the 10s and 5s. Johnny made it 125. Bones gonna make the call,
Give him a big kiss.
Yeah.
thinking that he could go in on
Every
one side or another. Maybe.
Well, you said baby.
He does have decent showdown on the top, I guess. But
I used to call for my grandson.
He does make the call.
Please. All right.
Johnny has King, Queen, 8-7, which is 8s and 7s and the nut straight. So Kevin gets the top with the 10s and 8s. Johnny and Bones gonna quarter the bottom with the 10 high straight, I believe.
yeah, it's just
But 7, 10,
very unlucky. All right, so Stu says he plays in Boston. I've heard about Encore.
I have heard about it as well. I've never been out that way. Yeah, you play the games, you know. Like if the 2-5 sucks during the week, then you don't play the 2-5. If that's the situation where you're at. Like there's games that I've left because they just felt terrible.
Yeah, well, here, in most clubs, 1-3 is the biggest game in Austin.
Yeah,
I mean, regularly,
Yeah.
they'll have special games, but
like later in the week it'll be like weekends, like it might be bigger. If there's some event in town, it might get a bigger game. I wonder what the cause of this is. I wonder if it's like the tech money drying up or something else.
remember the 2-5 used to be $1,000 cap.
Yeah, and now it's like the 2K match. Like this game plays bigger than 5-10s in Vegas. So
Oh, he does, 100%.
that's the other thing about Texas poker. I mean, the blinds are a suggestion as far as the stakes. Our 1-2 at TCH is 300 hard cap on the buy-in. But we don't take money off the table, so that game escalates just because we're not disappearing $200 an hour like a casino would. So, you know, the game's going long enough. Like, you got a couple players with 4 figures in front of them.
Do you consider a wife letting your husband
always.
That's not something you would see outside of Texas.
All right, so we got a couple spades here. Jack 10.
I mean, John Jeremy's
And I believe somebody had a jack. If the camera would be so kind as to cut to Barber with the jacks and Kevin with nothing at all, but he is going to bluff. He's going to get called. Nine of Hearts is going to give Barber the straight flush nut shot.
Yeah, that's if he wasn't going to get another jack, that's a perfect card for him to get there.
Yeah. And now Kevin's going to think the better of his aggression. Barber's going to show
Like, you have to deal with me for the rest of your life.
he had a hand that was never going to go
Enjoy
anywhere.
yourself as much as you need to enjoy me
And
for the next
you could be up against the
40
boat and
years.
you have one out.
You get it. You get it. That's why you're going to be very. All the way until
Let's see how football's going.
Well, the very first play of the Pittsburgh game was a pick 6 by the defense.
Are you telling me that Watson threw a pick six?
Before that,
Yeah,
Yes!
on the first play.
Even better.
just,
Yeah, so, yeah, I just pulled up my fantasy team. My Pittsburgh defense does in fact have 18 points, which is more than the 10 points you start with. You know, you get the pick six. That's an 8-pointer, and
6 and 2 points for the interception. Right?
yeah, Sanders hasn't done a whole lot, so I think I will be defeating Patty this evening. You've seen Patty play on the live stream, and I'm playing her in fantasy football, and my week went better than hers, so that's nice. I mean, last week I scored 50 points, so it's hard to get worse than that.
In one of my leagues, I have George Pickens and Chubb.
Yeah, the real trick is next week. Next week I'm playing our friend A.A. Ron, who can often be heard on our Dallas shows these days.
I watch him all the time.
And I want to beat him. Kevin's still good here on the Sport League Deuce. Kevin C is good. Kevin Y, what the gutter. Caught myself there. There's two Kevins, and I didn't mess that up.
it means poker dealing is over.
Well, I don't know. They may
40 hours. Gets called to deuce pairs.
Pretty safe card for Kevin here.
That's a lot of homeschooling potential right there.
I really want her to go to private school, so I'm trying to give us some pushing to get through 8 at 125.
125 to bet.
You could do that, or
See if Kevin Y wants to continue here.
Well,
I think at a certain point.
Yeah, that's just a
I think there's
Yeah,
a certain
I mean,
point to
You
where
could, I guess you could get the wheel right there
you
with the
know,
5,
I
but
hope that I could teach someone
you had your
at the
chance.
third grade level of math and stuff. I have faith in myself for that. Thank you.
That's the same thing my wife said.
But it's like once there are certain things that I don't want to improperly teach her because I haven't been in school for so long. Small blind, please.
I didn't say anything.
But I think finding the right school for her will take
You got a lot of time.
let's see, do some stories here by our producer.
Yeah, we got Mel on the other side.
Oh, P-Man wakes up with queens here. He always looks disappointed. It's like THC.
Suited, connected, up against queens.
33-year-old had a child at 17.
Makes the re-raise.
Now that's tradition.
Makes it 120.
I like his thought there. Not just calling, but
Unfortunate timing that he's
Yeah.
up against queens. If he holds him with 5 deuces, of course going to fold. Clears it back to P-Man.
I don't think his raise will be big here.
Well, but no, look at they were 17.
If he decides to 4-bet, he is up against the player who hasn't played many hands.
You're the defense. You're just bitter about it.
He will make the 4-bet up to 525.
Ooh, it's big.
Is it 525? Yes,
I
it
saw
is. That is
500.
big.
Yeah.
Well, he might have verbalized something smaller, so yeah, 525 and That, of course, gets the 8-7 to fold. Yeah. We got Mel pressing the buttons on us for the other. She's pressing the buttons on the other side for us this evening. Hey, words are hard.
Live.
Yeah, English is hard. And, yeah, no, Mel's not pressing my buttons. Everyone and everything else is pressing my buttons. Mel's good.
She's a Carolina Panther fan. That's why I said the Saints are going to win, though. Okay.
As long as
You're on. I want to see the cash first.
okay, we got a dollar at stake
Got a
here.
dollar prop bet here.
The friendly dollar bet. Hey, as long as Miles Sanders doesn't have like 5 touchdowns or something, I don't care how that game works out.
I was so happy you left the Eagles.
That was good for the dollar. Confirmed. Dante being so picky about the quality of the dollar bill, the most raggedy currency on the planet. Most countries don't even have paper ones. Like a lot of countries, it's just coins.
I don't have a dollar
When
bill
it's not small.
myself. Okay, well,
I mean,
our standards are different, but
as long as it's the right color, I'm good.
I'm just going to take it and spend it right away.
Heads up we go. I could buy you a whole snack up at the counter here at TCH
That's
Austin.
another great thing about TCH. The snacks are cheap. Oh, we have
Both players with a
optimized.
pair and a gut shot here on Jack 10-9.
This might get fun here, right? An 8 or a queen would give either player a straight. And that's
And
what
would
they're-
probably scare the hell out of the other player. Another Jack. Jack pairs here, so
Carolina Panther?
Jackson 10s, optimizes kicker, does play here.
Yeah, both players don't mind that jack. It's less likely that the other player has a jack, and so their 10s are probably good here.
70, price from D. Hold'em.
And Optimize could be calling with some sort of straight draw, which he is, but he's also got a better 10.
Deuce on the end, so Optimize will be good here.
10.
9
And check, check.
Jackson 10 to the king.
Optimize going to take that one down.
Nice to see him drag a pot. And you know what? He's not wearing Adidas. So he always wears Adidas.
He does. He's changing it up on us.
Should I get? Do I have to get my?
And hey, I mean, it's only fair. Yeah, I wish that my Denver.
This is my tip money.
That was taking money out of the pockets of her colleagues here, tipping it to Dante's tip money.
Oh, Queens again. This time THC has it. He's gonna bump it up. We are in a double.
Yeah, you can just forget it.
Yes,
Oh,
that's
Kevin
a double
with
strap.
10.
Kevin
Let's
with
see a
10s.
3-bet here.
And he's going to just flat here, which I don't mind against an early position open.
Yeah, your range is really captive when you're under the gun.
Yeah, you really don't want to see a 4-bet when you've got 10s either. He holds him as called with something. I assume this. Okay, King 4 suited. That's not what I was assuming the other card was. So glad the graphics could stop me from putting my foot in my mouth. 3 ways we go.
King on the flop.
You got what you wished for. King deuce deuce.
Both THC and Kevin are like, that is not the card we were hoping for. We were just hoping for some low cards here.
Like, at least it's not an ace.
Hold'em's got a fire here, right? 2 players.
He has top pair, and he's not going to have a kicker by the end of this.
We did see THC bet this. I mean, there is one over multi-way.
7-bet 110.
I still think THC should call this. I mean, if he folds, he leaves himself exploitable down the road. We can see that he's behind.
Wonder how much stock he puts in that backdoor diamond draw as he does make the ball.
Oh,
Kevin with the red tens. He could probably call one player. I don't think he can call both
Yeah,
players.
I mean, but you know,
But he is going to, it looks like. He's reaching for chips. He is going to call. And see what
I
happens
think
here.
they both called because there is 2 diamonds there.
3 of clubs, that's more flush draws available. And that's also no improvement of any kinds for reasonable holdings here.
B Holden's only got a pot size bet here left. Does he have more money than that behind?
I don't think so.
Okay. So he's just going to jam here, which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, full pot, and I think he gets one taker.
Yeah, just because you have the diamond still.
Yeah, THC folds. I could see Kevin making the call because he does beat a diamond draw. Inconvenient that he's holding a diamond.
I don't know. I think it's pretty obvious Hold'em has a king here.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's a different player, maybe he's doing this with the flush draw.
Thinking it over. Cuts out the chips. Sometimes, you know, you want to see what it looks like. He's going to let it go. Sometimes you're trying to get a read as well.
That's the big
Real good today. Nice hand. That's good stuff.
The Hold'em's just not the type of player who's going to do that. Like,
That's short stack. Not over. Yeah, straight it up.
You'll know later, Kevin. Just look it up. 15. T-minus 15. Take that bathroom break.
I don't bluff. I just got the nut.
You had some kind
So am I happy that I left Thielen on my bench? It wasn't Thielen, okay.
Yeah, they took a guess at your
Okay, Bryce Young. Bryce Young with the fumble.
7 cool. She's in his hand at the end. 8 cool.
I don't mind that I left Thielen on my bench just because I got like 140 points anyway.
We're going to find out.
So, you know.
If it says your hand is
it doesn't even start. I'm telling you, Terrence Marshall is the guy for
going to
Carolina.
be real suspicious.
All right, Bones has been quiet the last 3 hands.
And so he's going to 3-bet. It's about timing. He's got King Queen. Very reasonable hand to play as a 3-bet. Makes it 140. P-Man with a suited gapper. Could peel. And that is what he's going to do here. We're going to see a flop heads up.
That's almost at 300 here.
Seven-six deuce, not quite what either player was looking for here.
And they both still hold overs to that board. No diamonds, though. Bones is still technically ahead.
And Bones had the pre-flop betting lead, so he makes the bet. And that gets the folds. Gets P-Man off of the 6-outs that he had.
5, 10.
Yeah, and that flop really favored P-Man. And we just saw pure aggression take it down.
Poker Monkey, good to see you. Long-time friends of the show. Hope you're doing great.
5,
8s for Kevin.
4 raised to 35.
Ace is just so hard to play sometimes.
Especially when you can't make a set. We're going to see both the eights hit the muck. It's the hands where, like, if you make a set, you're happy. If you don't make a set, yeah, it's not that hard to play. He holds him with tens.
He's going to raise this ball. Oh, he's going to just call.
Yeah, I don't blame him. And Kevin C with the King Jack of clubs is going to make the squeeze. And B holds him will be able to call if something crazy doesn't happen. 160 is the size of that raise. This probably goes call.
Well, yeah, hold on, definitely calling.
Yeah, Kevin won't know that his 8 is not coming. He could call.
No way.
Whoa! No way! You can't do that. You can't fold those 10s.
Yeah.
I hope there's a 10. There's not a 10. 7-4-4, 2 clubs. Kevin C does have a club draw. 10s would have had an overpair, which would have been overer than Kevin's 8s. But they're in the muck. $150.
Kevin's playing this like he has a big pair here.
And he does have overs on the club draw. Kevin Y gonna call because, hey, he's got an overpair. 7s and 4s. He still has an overpair.
Yeah, this is kind of a weird run out here. Both players with 2 pair.
I think he's decided to go the check call route again if Kevin C should put a bet in here.
Where have you been?
360.
So he goes 4.5 pot here.
Kevin C was the 3-better. How often does he have a 7 on this board?
No, he doesn't have a
3-bet with a hand
7.
that has a 7?
He has, a lot of times he has a big ace here, right?
Yeah.
And that's what Kevin's probably thinking, because you'd think Kevin might have a little showdown value with the king high, but he doesn't. Since Kevin's in the hand and he was a pre-flop aggressor.
Yeah, there's a lot of hands that these 8s can actually beat here. Makes the call. Let's go to a river. Kevin looking for a king or a club. Full house on board. 7's full of 4s on board.
Ooh, this
Kevin
looks really suspicious, right? Kevin might think I have a
7's full of 8s for Kevin. Now will Kevin C check back and hope for a chop, or will he try and blow Kevin Y off of a chop? We shall find out. He checks back.
Oh, 8s.
Imagine if the pocket 10s were in this pot.
I knew it was a nip ball. Nip ball, good calls.
We get a look at these V-pips here. THC exactly on the Lottie line. 15% as determined
Well,
by
he's
the
a little
checkers.
mellow right now.
Yeah, he is pretty mellow.
Counting his chips. I've never seen him before. Maybe it's just me.
And Johnny only care about that. He hasn't had a lot to work with. Kevin C, Bones B holds him, all super active this evening. Like, I'm usually above the 15% myself, not that far above, but I usually am above, but I don't partake, so
I'm
not
usually,
that mellow.
when I do play, usually like that 35%. Hold him now. Let's see if how he plays this.
7 call.
He does like to limp a lot and see a lot of pots here. Optimized with a very nice squeezable hand.
He's clean suited.
He's going to
Let's
raise
go.
it.
This is
like
begging for it.
150, something like that. Oh, he
How
goes
about
huge.
250?
He goes huge.
That's begging for a raise. Came in with the 8-7. Like, this is a hand where he would have loved to see a cheap flop.
Especially on the button right there.
Not cheap anymore.
He still
That
could
may
see
not
it.
deter him, though. He is going to make the call. Baby suited ace for THC. Same problem. At a different price, you'd love to continue here, but he won't have the chance. Now let's see how many of these 35ers are going to continue here.
I don't think you can call with ace-jack.
If he does, though, you're totally going to get the avalanche going.
6 fold.
No fold. Beholden's going to fold another pair, which, okay, now you don't have the right price to set mine, but clearly he's allergic to pairs. Optimize and P-Man are going to go heads up here.
I saw an 8 right in the window.
In the window and another 8.
This is going to be tough.
P-Man smashing this one. Optimize with absolutely none of this, though. He could just give up.
I think he's going to c-bet, and he's like, how does he have it? How does he show up with an 8 here? I'd like 6x this thing on a 3-bet.
Because Texas, that's why.
It was, I told him when I did it, I said, this is nit fold. But I didn't, my gut told me one thing, and I was wrong.
9-bet 150.
150 to c-bet from Optimize, a quarter pot.
I'm going to check my fantasy football here.
P-Man making the call, giving Optimize every chance to continue incinerating money here on this deuce of spades turn.
Can't lie now, you can look it up. I have to
There are some people that I wouldn't believe. Because they, I don't know, for whatever reason, they bluff after.
I think
after the
Optimize
hand.
in give up mode now. He is checking
try
it
to
over.
get the read,
No, just to like, I don't know, they have some,
just mess with you.
yeah, they're like sadistic or something.
9-bet for 31.
Looks like I'm winning in that league. I'm winning in that league.
375 the bet from P-Man.
I played this guy in a tournament yesterday. Every time I folded, he was like, good fold, I had. And then he said the absolute nuts. And he did that like 3 times in a row.
Look how close that is.
This guy, no way.
This is the league that uses 2 quarterbacks. I don't know if you ever played that.
I've never played a
Oh, it
two-quarterback league.
makes it very interesting. Let me see what I need 5 points. Sorry guys, it is football season. You guys know I love football. So.
And we knew that Optimize was going to fold.
Fancy you
Since,
were getting in that. I guess you were getting a little
P-Man going to collect that pot. Yeah, I have 140 points right now. Unfortunately, that's the second most points in this league.
And you're playing someone that has the most points?
No, she had by far the fewest points this week. The me of this week, basically. And yeah, so Aaron has more points than me, and I have to play Aaron next
I
week.
open,
So.
re-raise, and
Yeah.
a flat. To the rear.
Well,
I don't know.
I need George Pickens or Jamal Williams from the Saints to score.
I couldn't tell with you. It was such a
I
fold,
could
I
use.
just got kind of like,
Well, I'm not watching.
If I could get a couple more defensive touchdowns from Philly, that would be nice. Not from Philly, from my Pittsburgh team. That would be nice.
I am not liking.
there's Jack.
I think my fan base is the only fan base that can be undefeated and still be pissed off.
Yeah.
They're all so upset.
985 all hearts on this bomb pot, and
So we're looking for 7-6 or maybe even
10-5
a
for
10 jack, 7-6.
we've got a queen high hearts for THC with the gut shot, so the straight flush. 10s and 5s for THC, and a very low percentage number. That's because Beholden has a better flush, and he has top set. Hashtag scoopability.
This is where
Second that flush,
you
top
have to
set.
bet your.
He makes it 55. And let's see what continues here, if anything. THC with the queen high flush and the 2 pair. Gonna be feeling scoopable, but he's pretty dominated.
Yeah, it's not much.
Heads up,
nothing,
we go.
Nothing can help
this
him
could,
here.
This could go really badly for THC here.
Yeah, unless there's a 5 or a 10 on the bottom, that would be really
a 4 and a 7. So THG now drawing dead. We see he doesn't even have the straight flush out because B Hold'em has it. And yeah, a board pair is going to be really unfortunate for THC on the bottom because B Hold'em would have the bigger boat.
I know he's wishing for that right now, but
B Hold'em going to pot it because he does have at least half of this pot with the current nuts on bottom.
Sorry. Johnson, what did you say?
And THC really in a bind here with a couple of non-nut hands. Like decent but non-nut hands.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times you have a flush, you're almost always good, but in bomb pots, the third nut flush is never good, actually.
Queen. Oh, and the 7's going to pair, but okay, THC no boat though.
Oh, I was about to say, does he have a boat?
No,
Does he have boat over boat,
7.
flush over flush?
Well, he also does river a meaningless set on the top. Imagine if the queen hit on the bottom instead.
That would be in the same boat that he's in already. Yeah. And you notice how B Hold'em doesn't go pot here. Yeah. If there's ever value betting in bomb pots, this is it.
Yeah. THC downgraded to 3 pair on the
that
bottom.
7's going to help him, right? Because
he
now
queens and 7s.
Yeah, 10s and queens and 7s. It really does help him.
It might help him get off the hook if anything.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he can just like
calling for half the pot is always tricky business. Like at this point, you got to feel like facing 3 streets. You're probably like half the pot's probably your ceiling here.
Yeah.
Feels like a card funeral. He is going to make a fold. And that is very much the correct fold there.
He's a fan, but like still.
The hand looks a lot better than it is. I'm taking all this one down.
You're getting in, right?
he's just very fortunate he didn't fill up on the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, if he fills up on the bottom, he's toast.
Seattle and Texas play each other.
Yeah, like 7 times.
Yeah, they play each other.
Live 10.
10 games. 7 out of the last 10
Thank you.
And one of the nuances of reading those boards, though, is if you could recognize that it is possible for somebody to have the king high hearts and have a set of kings. With the king of hearts being unaccounted for. So.
I think that's what he was just kind of going
that
through.
is one of those things you have to consider. Well, there's actually a decent number of holdings that can scoop you.
For you football fans out there, we do see New Orleans Saints leading the Carolina Panthers. They've actually doubled their score, 6-3.
Bones not a believer in the 9 triz, nor is Kevin White.
5 check.
We had to do that bit at least once today. 3 ways we go. Jack in the window, which is great for Johnny, who has a jack in his hands. But the ace, even better for Kevin C., who has flop top pair here.
Can't really be happy with his kicker, though, but everybody's got something here. So 15. I could see everybody going to the turn here.
Everyone calls
especially with those small bets. I haven't seen a $15 bet in a while.
7. That's a set for Optimize.
And the same guy who flopped that boat earlier, he's got the same look on his face. Probably feeling a little naked without the Adidas gear on.
And without a heart in his hands on this 3-heart board.
Yeah, that does. Can't be too worried about that, but.
And 60 is going to get Johnny out of there. And going to get Kevin out of there as well.
Turn that set.
Nice turn, sir.
I wonder why he's showing his hands a lot.
I'd love to hit 2 outers like that. Wouldn't you?
Thank you.
How much did you start?
We have seen some big holdings here.
We sure have. Big pairs,
Aces,
sets,
kings,
boats.
queens, tens several times. It's only been
9 raised to 4.
not even 2
Yeah.
hours.
People look at that. Sometimes when I'm doing really well in the national tournament.
Have we seen THC win a hand here? Let's get those graphics up to see his.
I don't think he's managed to yet.
Remember the time where we could pull up the graphics ourselves? The good old days?
Back when we had toys.
Yeah, we could actually, if somebody said, I want to see VPIPs, no problem. It's a little harder now. We do not have that power. They took it away. All right, ace queen comes out a lot too, but his is a suited variety.
20. They can't give us too much power around here.
I don't even want to know the combination to the door.
Yeah,
Something will go wrong, and it'll be like, well, we gave Dante the combo. Let's ask him.
there's cameras everywhere in this place. As we do see the call from the freeze, which will not like the ace king 7 flop.
Not too much to be worried about for Johnny.
I've got 110.
I suppose ace 7 could be in there or something like that.
If
But
he's got it, he's got it.
yeah, you've got a really big hand here.
And THC does not, so he will continue to not win pots, unfortunately.
Yeah, he's playing a little passive tonight. He's just doing a lot of limping and not really. He took one stand and raised somebody who had queens.
Yeah. It's like, okay, no more raising for me.
That sucked. But he might be stinging a little bit from that. I don't know what game he usually plays. There's a huge difference between, I'm not saying he's a 1-2 player, but there's a huge difference when you're playing 1-2 versus 2-5. Yeah. It doesn't sound like a big difference, but we're talking $300 to $2,000.
Yeah.
Live 10, live
We see neither he nor P-Man have gone to showdown yet.
9 hold.
These graphics are pretty good about putting up the stats. Also, I appreciate that our chat has evolved from back when it would always be, where's the VPIPs? Show us the VPIPs. Remember those
That's
days?
like the #1 stat.
Yeah. Yeah, 15 minutes from now, those were the days.
Yeah, our producer, Mel, will be getting us those stats as soon as there's a commercial in the football game. They're boring football games tonight. I'm just not. I lived in New Orleans for a little while, so I guess I'm a Saints fan. I don't know.
The NFC South does not excite me this
No.
year.
You know, the NFC East is the best.
And that is a pretty competitive division. P-Man with a pair and a club draw, and he won because that's
And there
a good
you
hand.
go. We have Barber is our big
Barber, the big
leader
winner.
here, 3.6. Like we said earlier,
Got a few players having solid nights here.
they can definitely chip up if they want to. And Barber's known. He's normally buys in for half, typically, from what I remember.
Kevin C having a bit of a rough night. There was that one brutal straight versus boat hand that accounts for a lot of that. But hey, if you can have it go that way, you can also get a double up.
That call exemplifies Texas poker, right? Anywhere else, it's a fold. You wouldn't even play it, for one. Anywhere else, you wouldn't play. Well, the board paired, so I'm going to play it cautiously.
Oh, look out,
here
Bones.
we go. Here we go. This is what I wanted to see. Bones versus Kevin or Bones versus P-Man. I just want to see Bones.
So Bones with the 60 is going to get 3-bet by Kevin, who does have the better ace, the ace-king. Why I'm not a fan of ace-queen right there.
It's a tough spot here for Bones. Ace-queen suited is incredibly strong. It's your top 6% there, 5%. He is going to be out of position if he just calls, which it looks like he's just going to do. Hoping to pick up some equity as far as the straight or the diamonds coming out.
Let's get a red flop here.
He wants an ace, or he doesn't want an ace, and of course.
An ace and hearts. Look at this. The whole
Kevin
world
could
for
not
Kevin.
flop
He has
any better.
He has the best ace, and he has the heart draw. And Bones is drawing quite thin.
It's actually, he's dominating too much. Like, no one can have the king high flush. No.
Yeah. And if somehow it's queen jack of hearts, we're going to be all in. Not that it is queen jack of hearts.
That would be great.
For the show, queen jack of hearts would be better. Bones going to check call here.
Yeah, he's just in calling mode.
And interesting turn here.
That
That's going
gives-
to be aces
yeah,
up for Kevin, but it's going to give
a
guts
jack,
shot for
right?
Bones.
So a jack. And there's only 3 of them because the jack of hearts
Jack
would
of
be
hearts
no
would
good.
be bad.
So that's not a bad card for Bones. I mean, we could see it's devastating, but it's less likely
But you know
Kevin
what?
has a king.
He was already losing to ace king anyway.
Yeah, so it's like, well, he doesn't have a king. Maybe I'm against ace jack here. Ace jack suited. Ace jack of hearts makes a lot of sense. And if that's the case, you know, I can just comfortably call here.
It's 500 this time from Kevin. If Bones calls, this would leave stack to pot slightly under 1. Setting up a river shove.
It's really a tough spot for Bones, right? Because it's not the $500 now; it's that shove that you talked about.
Exactly. Like
That's
the
like,
hand
well,
doesn't end now.
It's $1,600 on the river, no matter what the card is.
Yeah, unless it's a non-hard jack, you're not going to love it, and he is going to make the fold.
Yeah,
And
because now
so-
they brought in a lot of 2 pairs there, right?
Yeah.
10-9,
Yeah,
king 10 makes sense.
Yeah.
Ace 10.
Yeah. And ace queen is in even more trouble there.
Shrinks up.
You see these V pips,
What'd they do with the hand count? I think they killed it.
I know I asked them
and
to get it
they're
fixed.
similar to
For
where they
some
were a
reason,
couple
it
hands
stopped
ago.
showing up on the screen.
We have our sanctuary here in the chat. How was your, wait, is that the right one? No, Rena went to a cruise this week, I believe.
Live?
I don't know.
I just remember the chat last week, and then I think, if my memory serves me, our sanctuary was stuck in LaGuardia.
Yeah,
Or
I
somewhere.
I wasn't watching, so yeah, I'm.
I
not up
always
to
watch
date.
when you do it.
I'm not up to date on the various misadventures. No, actually, last
That's
week
the-
I was
You were sick.
sick. I was
Yeah.
going to say, like, I was actually scheduled to do the show last week, but I was sick, so I didn't do the show. And you're probably glad I didn't do the show because I was sick.
Ah, I know, because I did it by myself.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Well, I mean, you don't want to get sick as
no, no, I know, but
And I sounded like garbage anyway. You didn't want to hear me.
we've
Trust
done
me.
the show a lot of times by ourselves. It
Yeah.
kept, I remember the first time I did it by myself, I was like, oh no, what am I gonna
Yeah.
what am I gonna
Then
do?
you just pray that it's an action game and it carries itself.
Yeah, I mean, and of course this is Texas at TCH, so it's almost always an action game.
Yeah.
Except tonight is more, it's tougher. It's a tougher table. It really is.
So Bones has an overpair here on this 7-6 deuce. P-Man continues for 50. He has an ace and a mystery card.
So he could have aces.
He could have aces.
Doesn't feel like it though.
Bones going to go for the raise here.
Yeah, well, it makes a lot of sense. He doesn't want to see another card, really. He'd love to just to take it down right now, and he doesn't mind a call either.
Yeah. You don't want an over. You don't want a spade. Optimize the overs and the backdoor hearts. Going to let it go.
Yeah,
Now this is where we find out if P-Man has anything. Apparently he does if he's reaching for chips. He does make the call.
he called fast too. Like,
This could be aces. There's 6 pairs. 9s and 6s for Bones now.
Bones are going to have to continue firing here. That 6 should not be a scary card for him.
Lines are up. Next in 300, 600, 600.
Check, 10 of diamonds. on the end.
Untrusting he is.
And
Now,
that's
if
the least scary
P-Man,
of the overs.
yeah, if P-Man leads out here, that could. Oh, So B-Man does not. I don't think he has anything.
Check, and that's Ace King. So we flipped a coin, and it came up in favor of
I have
Bluffs.
seen P-Man play. He's a really good player. See, I think I played years ago on the Dallas stream.
Yeah.
I had that saved, so I could. That was the biggest game I ever played.
Yeah, I made one Dallas appearance myself
I watched it
on stream. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the biggest I
I
ever
played. It was just a 5-5, and it played bigger than the 5-10 here.
Yep.
I was like,
that's how they roll up there.
I was like, how much you buying it for? 10,000.
Yeah. If you haven't watched our Dallas shows, definitely watch our Dallas shows if this sounds appealing to you.
I folded kings on the flop when an ace hit, and that was wrong.
Always disappointing.
Yeah, I'm at tens again.
Mandatory ace on the flop.
Tens again.
5 raised to 60.
It's gonna bump it up, of course. I don't think tens have won yet in showdown. But
I mean, there's one hand where they could have won at showdown if
but
they had.
hold
gotten
them, behold them.
but, you know.
Did not play that.
See if he plays this 9-8.
Well,
I would hope not.
it shouldn't be the 9-8. It should be his button he plays.
Yeah, the 9-8 off isn't that great though.
No.
Bones with something suited at least is going to defend.
He is one player that really doesn't play his cards, but plays the table a lot. That's better than he deserves.
And he perhaps has some post-flop plans as he does flop a gut shot here.
Yeah, that's better than he deserves. So a 6.
He's going to lead. He's going to say, "This is my board, buddy. I lead."
That is his flop. That looks like 2 pair, right? 8-7.
Yeah.
That's what he's
Either
repping anyway.
2 pair or he has too many outs.
Yeah, oh, yeah, but you'd think that if he had 2 pair, he would check it over to the aggressor.
Yeah, he could have a lot of combo draws too here.
Yeah, I'm thinking like diamonds with the gutter or something like that.
Johnny going to call with the overpair, and the king's going to come. Favorable card for Johnny's range, but not his actual pair of tens here.
Let's see if Bones tries to rep this. It's tough for him to rep a king since he repped the flop.
The story, though, is that he's got 2 pair.
That's what I mean. Yeah, that's the first thing that comes into your mind. Like
where he's got a combo draw.
Made straight. He checks a made straight.
He's got a hand that doesn't care about this king.
Yeah.
That's the story that we're telling with this bet.
We've seen Johnny call, though, make some hero calls and be right. So I think he finds a call here. How does that king help him? Maybe the king of diamonds he has. He was calling with the flush draw, and he hit his king. It would be the only thing, but 225, so he makes it 60-70% pot here. I mean, he can go either way. I mean, it's probably not the bet here on the turn, but it's what's going to happen on the river, right?
Yep.
Because that's going to make it $700, and Bones could go $700-800 on the river, and that's not what you want to see. Bones just wins with skill against a very good player.
Yeah, we
very
see
good player.
We see why Bones is getting in there. Like he does have some devious plans post flop pretty often here. Going on here all this month at TCH Austin, we do have the quads of the day.
Somebody hit that the other, like
somebody
twos?
hit it. So on Friday night it was quad deuces, and it was $3,200, and it was hit. And congratulations to that player. 3 in the morning. So yeah, it was after I left. So I feel like there would have been commotion when it happened, but yeah, 3 in the morning, perfect time to get quad deuces and collect that money. So today's Monday, so that would be quad 5s for $600, I believe.
Well, you have to start off with 5s.
Yeah, gotta have a pocket pair. Gotta
start off with a pocket pair.
Additional rules apply. TexasCardhouse.com for all the rules there.
Barbara's waking up with 8s here. We've seen 8s a lot as well. Barbara's taking it down. I feel like Barbara's gotten more comfortable. Well, obviously you get more comfortable the more you play, but I remember the first time he played, it was.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm off, but he seems fit right in and is a winning player at this game, which is not easy. Hold'em's gonna sit this hand out. Hopefully it's aces.
Will you scan your hand again?
Barry Smith is in the chat. How are you, Barry?
5 raised to 40.
R Sanctuary. I always feel like I'm saying that name wrong. R Sanctuary?
RS Actuary.
R Sanctuary. Were you the one that was in New York last week? Johnny.
9 raised.
Ace Jack suited.
25 total.
Now, I did notice with
Optimize
Johnny's.
getting after it here.
I noticed with Johnny's game, he never raises lightly. Like he is a. Doesn't wake up with trash.
He's also in early position, so he shouldn't have much trash in this particular spot. As he does make the call, we're going to go heads up. Something for everyone here on Jack 9-7. Top pair for Johnny.
Bottom
Optimized
pair.
with middle pair,
And
or
a
bottom
gutter.
pair and a gutter.
He's going to c-bet this comfortably here. Does have backdoor straight flush draw, I guess.
He's going to check back and prove
Oh.
you wrong.
Oh.
And now he's going to turn an open ender with the 6.
5 bet 55.
Now Johnny going to go for the 55.
I'd like to see Optimize raise this. It'd be fun.
9 call.
Going to try to realize some
Call.
equity there on the river.
Love on the end.
Great card to
and,
bluff at.
Yeah.
Five bet 100.
Johnny goes for the 100.
That feels like a blocker bet. Like trying to tell us I have clubs. If you have baby clubs, just call. Barry Smith.
Check.
How are you? Yeah, we have nothing to do with the graphics.
9 fold.
We love them, but
That would be our friends at RF Poker who
Yeah.
put all that together. And yeah, they were always working
the only
on
thing I miss is
improving it.
us being able to put up stats. That was always fun. Just click a button. Went to Showdown. Click a button. Community wins.
Give me the least amount of responsibility. Give me the least chance to get blames for something screwing up. How about that?
Barry Smith, where are you watching from tonight? We got somebody from Finland, right?
Yeah, Finland's the furthest.
And we
that
said
we've
his name
seen.
right. So
Yeah,
us props for
we
that.
even got his name right. It's a miracle. Yeah, we've seen.
I couldn't say his name now.
We've seen a check-in for.
Could you say his name now?
Yeah, we've seen a check-in from Seattle.
Seattle.
Well, his name was Yuha.
You, I don't remember. You don't know the last name, huh?
It's flown out of my mind. So I'm not actually that smart. Here's the thing: I'm not actually that smart. If I forget your name, if I forget your face, it's not because I don't like you. It's because I'm an idiot.
Yeah, he always asks me what my name is every time. He said, "Sorry, what's your name again?"
Who's this guy?
Excuse me. This is for commentators back here.
Yeah.
Ohio.
Ohio.
Oh,
All
we
right.
used to watch when he's in Japan.
There you go. Yeah, we get viewers all over the world here. That's the fun thing about poker. Such a global game. And
This show is global.
It is. It is a global show.
I know when I go out of state to play, people have this show on and others in their local poker room. So, and they would say, "Hey, are you that guy?" They don't know my name, but aren't you playing streams or do you commentate on
Yeah,
streams?
I get recognized
Yeah.
every now and then as well. This 4 of diamonds is pretty fun here. Behold him turning himself a combo draw. He's got the gutter and he's got the diamond draw. Kevin's still good with his queens.
It's kind of the heads-up match we were looking for. And Behold looks like I'm trying to get any value, and
He's on
this
the
is where
end.
it's going to end.
Let's look this
I
up.
like Kevin's check there. A missed flush draw. Might want to take a stab at this. But again, that ace might be...
Yeah, a missed flush draw might have just made top pair.
Yeah, I was going to say, might have just made top pair there. So I think Kevin's just in call mode here. The bet was half... I think
That was
if
almost
that...
full pot there, 155.
Oh, it was full. I thought it was 300. Okay.
Oh, it's 300 now.
It's 300 now, but it was 150 on the before the bet. That's a pretty good sizing there.
He's saying I got it or I don't.
I had the flush draw, but my ace came in.
4 folds.
And he lets go with the
It is
better
rare
hands.
that you see Kevin make a mistake. But, I mean, you don't blame him. I think everybody folds in that spot. Just because the ace, he could have had the
I have
ace
one
of
more
diamonds
hand to
there.
get to 50.
Let me talk to our producer, Mel, here. How are the Panthers doing?
Huh? Yeah. I got 3 minutes. I got 3
Well,
minutes.
their quarterback is out.
Yeah.
No, come on, give it. That's how you finish. Yeah, it is how you finish.
Live 10.
I know. I'm just trying to create.
Picture was like,
The card can help.
All right.
No idea what
what?
you have though.
Sorry, our
Hey,
producer.
back in the day, like back in the early days of the show, it was tradition for the host to be distracted watching football while the show was going on. We're just upholding that tradition.
Well, we would have the
established.
game on because the Monday was the big game, right? The 5:10.
Yeah, Monday was
That's how I
5:10. Yeah,
And we would have the game on. Did they have the game on up there now?
good question.
well,
Probably.
Yeah.
Last week, there was
They used to have the stream on, which was a bad idea.
No, the fun thing was like running.
No, they used to have it like right at that one. Yeah, so everybody be
don't
you
even
would
have
see
to
the
run.
stream and everybody be just their head turned.
But hey, capturing the reactions was fun though. We see Barry cheering for Bones this evening. Yeah, you have a long-time
35.
player around here,
5-4.
and he's definitely given us a show tonight with some aggression in some spots that a lot of players would not take, but Bones has taken them,
We're
and
gonna make 100 hands.
he's had some success.
He's only missed one bluff,
Carolyn can get her 50 out.
the $400
Yeah,
one.
the sixes that decide to check raise
Started
into
like 10
kings,
minutes late, so
and he check raised river and didn't work out that particular time.
The Thursday stream, I think we did like 88.
88, yeah.
It was probably the slowest,
Yeah, that's
or
moving.
probably the least amount of hands.
well, I told them
Just
that
had a
if we
comment. This might be the
didn't
slowest
make
game
it
we've had.
to
They were talking about a stream last week
Oh,
apparently.
that one.
But you know what? It's not how many hands you play. It's what happens in the hands. I've seen some really great shows with 85 hands, and I've seen some really terrible shows with 130 hands.
This one was 98.
Yeah, like I've seen 130 hands where it's just raise and take it because most of the table's card dead, and Kevin's going to have queens, and he's going to put in the raise,
What if you're like really
and
social?
it doesn't seem like anybody is going to offer resistance. I don't think Bones will be getting out of line with this 5-deuce.
No, but he is suited.
He is suited. He's suited with steel wheel.
He is suited.
All right, Carolyn is coming in. Thank
Sounds
you,
like we
guys.
Carly
have-
stepping out.
Yeah,
Good
we have
luck
Carolyn
in it
that's
for
on
you.
it.
Carolyn stepping in.
The original super producer Carolyn.
The original, yeah.
We have a new
I don't know how original, but 3 years ago she was.
That's like pretty
Just
original.
wanted to feel that again.
That's like basically the
Big guy.
beginning of the show.
I think they went on for a year before that. Because I remember being in California watching
And
the
we,
show.
TCH Live started kind of like very end of 19, and then the regular cash games started up in January, and then we were on for about 2 months, and then took a break for a couple months, as most of the world did in 2020, and we were actually the first show back.
Yeah,
And-
I was in 2020. I moved here in October, and then I played the 1-3 stream in November with Rampage Poker. Remember Rampage?
I've met Rampage a couple of times. Not here, surprisingly. Like I've run into him like on the road.
No, he only played here once.
Like I
on
know
the
he's
stream.
been here once.
So many times I've taken
Like there's a lot of poker content people who have been in Texas, but I didn't meet them in Texas. I met them some other place. See Carolyn checking this deck real quick, making sure that we have the 52 cards that we expect to have, which is the typical procedure when you come into the box. You check the deck, and Carolyn getting the job done, and getting set for another kilo bomb pot here. While I've got a moment, see if I can find us a promo to put up maybe. Fall Classic is coming to TCH Spring next month. Over 1.5 million in guarantees. TexasCardHouse.com for more information there. Looks like a good schedule. If I can find any time to get over there, I'll try and get over there. And
Whoa.
So he's
checking out
Hey, Bob, we
the
must have
Houston
played
series a few months ago was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Dallas the other week was also pretty good. Well, the other week, like it was a few weeks, and
Yeah, David told me he saw you in there.
yeah. Never mind that I bubbled.
Yeah, he told me
I
that.
bubbled the triple draw, That was sad.
King in the window. Rainbow flop. And we got clubs on the bottom.
It's a
So
little
we
bit of
have
mirroring here, the 8-6.
5-7 is the nuts right now, and the clubs. 5-7 also gives somebody an open ender on the top.
How about an open ender and a flush draw for some hand that scrolled by? Everyone just checked. Anyone have the K6?
7-10 here is now. I thought I saw a 6. You still can't be too happy with just trips on one board.
Flying blinds here. E-Man has the King 10, 9, 4. He's got the. Just a couple of pairs, I think.
So he needs a 7 on both boards to get a straight, although the board's already paired on the top.
So Kevin made the bet ace 10, 6, 5. He's got the trip 6s. And then the on the bottom he's got a 6 and he's got some straight outs, I think. Let's go to the river.
Now he's got a boat.
Now he's got 6s full of 10s and he's got not the best hands on the bottom. He-Man's got the best hands on the bottom.
Walk right in now.
From the look of it. 9s and 4s, I think. Check, check. They're going to chop it up.
That's a really small pot. That's $35 each.
Yeah.
$700 pot.
A lot of checking there, and you know, sometimes you just don't get those runouts where crazy things happen.
Thank you.
And okay, so apparently Nick Chubb left the Pittsburgh-Cleveland game on a cart.
Oh. Well, that's going to hurt a little bit.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Unfortunate for him. Unfortunate for Cleveland. And well, okay, my opponent was drawing dead anyway. She has Chubb, but she's drawing dead anyway.
Scan and keep him there, or do you want to fold?
You know, last week I had Aaron Rodgers.
Oh.
Yeah, he tore his Achilles without even completing a pass. Then actually, it caused some drama on sports betting Twitter. Like so a lot of the books were offering essentially as a gimmick, they were offering Aaron Rodgers over under half a yard passing or something like that, and he had 0 yards. I know it's supposed to just be like a gimme bet, and a lot of the books refunded the losing side there, rather than saying sorry you lose.
I have met Aaron Rodgers. He's from California, from Chico. He worked at Best Buy when he was in high school. I used to be a manager at Best Buy.
That's my start somewhere. Aaron Rodgers, Best Buy.
That's my only claim to fame.
All right. Looks like we're still 4 ways to the turn here, where it was something for everybody.
I saw a 10.
There's a 10. There's some straight draws, and
there's straight now. Oh no,
everyone's
he's a jack.
checking. Nobody's made it straight yet.
9-8. He's got trips now.
Yeah, Kevin has the trips, and maybe he actually bets this, or maybe B. Holden bets this.
At 120.
Having just king high and a busted draw.
Call.
Kevin actually has a hand. He's going to call. And
he didn't
just flip it right over.
I mean, Kevin didn't even need that extra 8. He was ahead all the way.
Thanks for watching, Yuha. Hope you enjoyed the show. Hit like and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Find out every time that we're on the air here at TCH. Good times to be had pretty much every day of the week these days. And enjoy your morning.
Live, 10, 20.
Double straddles on.
More straddles are better. You think we get the triple on when we get to Power Hour? At least once?
Yeah, well, I remember the last couple of weeks. Yeah, Bones would always put in the triple, and we saw the triple a lot. So we'll see it. We'll see a 20-40 here, especially with these cast characters.
This might be a misclick. We went from 20 to 40 to 60. We are not playing limit here.
40, 60.
We are playing no limit.
Yeah, I was wondering. I don't know if he knew there was a double
Yeah,
straddle.
I don't think he knew that P-Man had made it 40.
So that's a raise.
It's all right. You don't have. Yeah, money.
Well, I also don't know if P-Man had actually raised to 40 or if that was a triple.
Yeah, I'm confused. I don't think it was a triple because I saw the cards come out before.
Yeah,
20 more,
that
20 more.
once there's a misclick, you know?
Probably couldn't see Optimize's straddle there.
Yeah. Sometimes, you know, you misclick when you're mourning the Nick Chubb injury, you know. We think it's a raise instead of a straddle. I doubt that's what happened now. I do think that Kevin's turned himself a pair, though.
Optimize's going to call with the 2 overs. It's very ambitious here.
Incredibly so.
And it works.
He's going to get rewarded,
But there are
kind
4
of.
clubs. No, Kevin has 2 pair.
Yeah, well,
I mean, so does Optimize, but he's got a better 2 pair.
yeah, Kevin has a 2 pair that plays, but we go check, check. No way! Kevin mucked the winner! Kevin mucked the winner.
I don't think he knew. That doesn't make sense.
Kevin may have just done something absent-minded and mucked the winner.
Probably. I don't know. She can't actually see the card.
So the rule is so we don't actually use the graphics or the RFIDs in determining a winner. Like if something had come there, like once you muck that hand, like once it's not identifiable, retrievable anymore, that's a dead hand. I don't know if Kevin had said, "Oh shit, wait," but yeah. So he absent-mindedly mucked the winner there, and so Optimize has found a new way to win himself a pot.
Yeah. I do see Ace King here in the
He put the 20 on.
straddle.
Yeah, that's
in the double straddle.
Spoiler.
All right, Poker Monkey in the chat. Johnny's going to limp here. Just not a fan of, especially when you're in the straddles. I'm going to see an incoming raise here or not.
Lots of limps, and you're in the last of the whites. And you
This
have a
so
premium,
much looks like a squeeze here.
and you make it 180, which is pretty chunky. And maybe the ace-8 decides to have fun or not, but nothing else can continue here. This is just all garbage.
I can be you, Kevin.
No, you can be Barbara. Like Jack Bruce, that's where you've got that big hand. There's a blind deal. That's right.
You're not going to take this one down.
You'd have made the right move.
Any further resistance?
Yeah, you wouldn't have put the chain like me.
C3's out of 500. Sorry, I
I
can't hear
don't know if I've ever
anything else
played.
out of
I don't know if
the
I've ever raised Jack Bruce in my life. This might be the first time in my whole life.
Lifetime life 20.
I was just feeling weird. Ran out well. Got ridiculously lucky.
This is tough now. We're playing a 10-20 game here, so these small pocket pairs are in a tough spot, especially in early position here.
TCH does elect to open up those pocket fives. He hasn't been very active. He may get some more respect here. If you get a call or two and then you get a squeeze, now you don't have a price to set mine. Not to mention the reverse implied odds that you occasionally get with those smaller pairs. Like under the gun, I'm often folding fives.
I'm always holding fives. I think sixes is kind of where I'm capped at a little bit, but.
So no 3-bet here. THC versus Johnny and B Holden, who both have an ace. And to the flop we go. And the fives are still ahead on queen 7-3. 2 diamonds.
Hold'em has the ace of diamonds. He was the pre-flop aggressor, so he could look to bet, but he's going to check.
going to stab at this to the tune of $100. It does have the over and the back doors.
Yeah, this is going to work too because
THC's out of there. Johnny may be up to some no good here.
I think his instincts are right on here.
Johnny going for the check raise. 270, the price tag.
This is really going to hurt Beholden because he's not going to get respect for his raises if he folds this. He's going to get looked up light, which...
On the other hand, the other side of that, though, is you're going to get value when you want value.
Yeah.
Like, imagine he has nut hands here. Like, you're thrilled to get check raised.
He's gonna make the call correctly, I might add.
Float. The problem is, though, like, the next bet might be for all the marbles. 7 of hearts, where no improvement to be found. This could be one of those spots where next aggressor wins. There are also some chop outs available for Johnny.
Yeah, he can get a
But he's
queen
gonna
or a
bet.
7 here.
He's going to bet 310, and with the back door being closed now, this may be it for Beholden.
Somehow this hand got up to over 1,000, and no one has a pair outside of the 7s.
And it's how it goes sometimes. See the V pips again. THC is slipped below the line.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think he'd be at 14%, but we got Kevin C leading the way at 44%. Optimize at 32. Optimize is usually is higher than this.
You think maybe THC goes card tap the rest of the night, and he ends up with a 4.2% VPIP?
How many hands has he played? So he's played 40 hands. He's played 14 of them outside of the blind. So 32.
Just the raise. Alright, 10's on.
He played 14%. So he's played like 6 hands.
Well, we're not trying to do actual math here.
Oh, I was actually trying to.
I'm trying to make a joke here.
Oh, I was going.
4.2% VPIP.
What is that? Oh.
No, it was bigger than that.
You didn't say 4.20.
Well, you know, you got to be a little bit subtle.
That was too subtle. I didn't get it. Johnny's away with the 1 gapper here. He's going to raise it up. He's starting to play a few more hands here.
Did you just see it on the stream?
No.
Oh, you just remembered?
I was thinking about it, going,
Bones has been a little quiet here, but not now.
Speak up with his ace king. He just spoke that into existence.
No way. No way. What if I just get a
Johnny
level?
could float this.
15 minutes ago. This isn't 15 minutes away here.
it's all my stupidity. I haven't seen her watching the game. It's all the club done.
Almost takes a 10.
Are you serious? Hey, you remember that last hand we played, Kevin? Thank you.
Lots of ace kings tonight. Lots of big hands.
Can you give me the pot?
Now, when did he raise 400? Did he get
Yeah, but you'll be able to see it and verify it. So it's like,
The thing is, Kevin, I'm just saying.
I'll tell you what, though, I've had some pretty
I think
productive
Kevin's gonna like
sessions
run off with your.
where I had like few,
Gotta
if
get out of
any,
here before this it shows up on the
meetings.
stream, and he can
He
confirm.
doesn't live in Austin. He could skip town.
Live time.
He could just start playing in San Antonio and never see him again. You know?
Saints are leading the Panthers. Looks like they just got a touchdown.
I had minutes of my senior stupidity.
Just letting everybody know.
That's true.
True that.
It's so weird. I've never met a Carolina Panther fan.
Raise.
And I lived in North Carolina for about a year and a half. They're actually more into the college sports down there. than
Yeah,
they are
the
pro
Gamecocks
sports.
there are really big.
No, more
Well,
like, say, Duke, the Tar
Oh, I was
Heels,
just saying.
Wolfpack, yeah.
Because
The other Carolina.
there was
preferred-
Carolina went to the Super Bowl. Jake Delhomme, right? Jake Delhomme was a quarterback?
That was the first time. The second time was Cam Newton, who did not pick up the fumble against my Denver Broncos.
Yeah, you guys
And then
had
we
Cam
won
Newton.
Super Bowl 50. I was there that day. I was in Santa Clara for Super Bowl 50.
I was too.
That's the last time that the Broncos were any good. Hey,
I was too.
small world.
I lived in Santa Clara, that's why.
I drove all the way down from Seattle to see that game. And I stayed like hours away, like somewhere in Northern California, where the prices weren't gouged.
Oh, yeah.
Optimized with the top hair.
Oh, I would love to see Hearts. That could have been fun. And THC gets out flopped here. He's just having kind of a roughing night. By the way, he hasn't really lost a lot. He hasn't really played a lot of hands, so he's going to lead out here. Nobody with a diamond. Optimized top pair, good kicker. Probably would just call.
And now another queen for Optimize. And I feel a lot better here if asked to pull another bet. See if THC wants to continue telling the story.
Yeah, Lee, I'm actually an Eagles fan, so I remember that.
He's going to check it over. He might be giving up here.
I don't think. I mean, Optimize can go either way here. He could bet. Hopefully, his opponent has a one diamond holding here. But I think he's so far ahead, and he knows it. So he goes about 75% pot here. And we know that I keep wanting to say TCH. THC is just Hollywooding here. He's going to fold this.
He'd be setting his money ablaze if he continued there.
There he is. Oh.
Just let it go.
And we're seeing Optimize drag a lot of pots here.
I was going to wait until after the hand to talk about that wonderful needle from Lee.
Which one? Oh,
the one where
Eagles?
the Carolina Panthers beat your Eagles.
Yep, they did. It was 20 years ago.
That was that the McNabb era?
Yep. And the next year we went to the Super Bowl, but lost to the Patriots.
Yeah, the Brady dynasty.
Yeah, we lost 24-21, and we had Terrell Owens in that team.
Yeah, Terrell Owens, the legendary wide receiver.
He broke his ankle in that game and still played.
Like he was fresh off an ankle. That's where the horse collar rule came from. No, that was when he was playing for Dallas actually, where he got horse collared and then they outlawed the horse collar.
Yeah, I remember that game vividly. I thought we were going to win. All right, Bones has got some Broadway cards. He's just going to call the $10. That's going to bring in THC. He's got a 3-gapper or 2-gapper here, which I don't really recommend. And his spades are dominated.
Kevin, with the skinny, with the dirty diaper,
The index is too
only
big.
to squeeze it.
Really deep to
Yeah.
$70.
They're so easy to read on the board.
They play really well there.
He holds him going to call it the queen 6.
Yeah, Kevin is obviously doesn't think he's good. He's got the best hand here, but he's just making a play here with his little slick.
And THC going to get rid of it. And look at that, 2 pair for the 3 deuce. Because of course
you can't put him on 3 deuce. Obviously, you could put him on ace 3 though.
B. Hold'em doesn't have a darn thing. I want to understand B. Hold'em's line of thinking. We saw him full 10s pre-flop, so a reasonable 3-bet, and he's going to take a flop with queen 6. Just make it make sense to me, please.
Well, I totally agree, and I'm not sure what the queen 6 was for. He's,
That's ahead. You're winning. Have no pair.
So it looks like the Saints are on the move, and they're up 7.
5, 10, live 20, or 25?
Yeah, if you just want to slide it over.
Sure.
Why not? You know?
Why not?
Yeah, so for those of you not in the know, Dante and Mel are currently engaged in a friendly $1 wager on this Carolina-New Orleans game,
Fold, fold, fold.
which may be the most interest anybody has expressed in that game. God, that whole division is just such trash.
I can't think of a worse game.
Can we go outside of this game? No? Damn it.
That Detroit-Seattle game was great yesterday.
I saw that game. I saw that game, and yeah, that was a good game. Did you see the moment with Geno Smith and the referee?
No, I saw Geno Smith throw a touchdown to lock it.
I'm surprised that this hasn't gone viral as we see trips for Barber here, but Bones hasn't got anything. Geno Smith gets called for intentional grounding at one point, and the referee goes to make his announcement. And he's like, intentional grounding, number 12, and like Smith like gets right up to him, like he's on mic, he yells like, "I wasn't pressured," and the ref just says, "I'm talking to America here," and he goes on with his announcement. I'm really surprised that didn't. I didn't see.
I didn't
that
hear
all
any
over
clips
Twitter
like
today.
that. Yeah.
But yeah, that was a moment that happened yesterday.
That's right.
As an aside, I love having Sunday Ticket. I'm so glad that that's something that's much more accessible now.
Oh, yeah.
And,
I used to have Sunday Ticket when I had DirecTV.
I'm happy to get to pay to see my Broncos every week and to see the Hawks every week, too. I'm still kind of a Hawks fan. I was at the Beastquake game, actually. Like one of the great moments in Seahawks history. Yeah,
I was at the game. I was at the Seattle game when Green Bay played them, and Aaron Rodgers threw that Hail Mary.
The Hail Mary game?
Yeah, this was like, I don't know how many years ago.
I remember
2014.
The Monday night game, the referee lockout. That's the game that ended the lockout. I remember that game. The Hail Mary.
Chucked it up there. And it was Richard Rodgers,
yeah,
who became an Eagle later in his life.
Yeah. And except the thing is, like, that shouldn't have been a completed pass, and the replacement refs screwed that up. And then they brought the real refs back. And I think somebody's got a spade draw here. Kevin C with the spade draw. On this Queen 9-5 that doesn't really connect with the other players.
Yeah, he's not going to get much more out of these guys, obviously. Unless you can get the 8 of spades on the turn.
The 8 of spades is the magic card around these parts.
Yeah.
Shout out to our friend Stantola. Ran into him the other night, actually.
I think I saw him last week.
He's still around. You know, he's busy. He's a busy guy.
Hold on.
Kevin taking it down there. And the Beastquake game, for those who don't remember, it was the year Seattle was sub 500, but they won the West. And so we got to host New Orleans as an underdog. And Marshawn Lynch goes on a long touchdown. That stadium is usually the loudest in the league. They got so loud that it set off a nearby seismometer.
Yeah, I've been to that stadium. Oh, I've only been there once.
They love their football in Seattle. Subway football's back.
Cypress area, which is where HQ is most of
Well, we're gonna come along and we'll go heads up here.
Been really quiet tonight. 3, 4, 5. So I'm playing 2-3 every time.
Yeah, that seems to be the hot hand tonight. Kevin had the best hand. Now he has a gut shot to go with the best hands.
Got backdoor diamonds as well, so he may lead out here.
Hard for Barber to have anything.
He's got a backdoor straight and 2 overs, and he nails it.
Now he has a 7.
It's tough for Kevin to think his opponent has a 7 because who calls to hit a 7? A7? It's a tough. Donk leads out.
And Kevin not going to leave him.
Got her first.
And Kevin not going to find salvation on that 9 of diamonds river.
He could use his ace of diamonds there to represent a flush now.
He could.
Extra.
No. Like the weekend show. See.
Oh, insta call.
Play it as a bluff, and he's going to get snapped.
In Woodlands.
Yeah, well, in Grandma.
You see how fast he called?
Oh yeah. Our camera couldn't even get there.
I know, it's like
that fast.
And you know the player thinks he's good when it's just the one chip.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't count out the rest. He's like, yeah. I'll throw out this dollar.
So, what are your thoughts about Deion Sanders and his Colorado team?
I did see his son in a latest. I know. I'm already watching mock drafts for next year. Going to top 10.
Top 10. That's a pretty bold statement there.
I know. I like all these mock drafters.
I mean, it's amazing like how many accolades they got when they were a 3.5 touchdown favorite and they needed 2 overtimes to beat Colorado State.
But it's like a peer pressure.
Yeah, but you know they beat.
They beat a Nebraska program that's been irrelevant for 25 years, and they beat a TCU team.
Remember Norman Osborne? Is that who's the coach's name?
I don't even know the guy's name.
Yeah.
And they beat a TCU team that graduated everybody from last year.
Kendra Miller, their running back. Their quarterback too, Max Duggan.
Yeah.
Quentin Johnson.
I think Oregon's going to eat them alive this weekend.
Yeah,
and I think whatever's left over.
Here. I think they go like 7-5.
And like whatever's left over after Oregon gets done with them, USC is going to eat the leftovers.
Ooh, that quarterback is good.
They have the defending Heisman winner and consensus #1 draft pick in next year's draft. Good luck with that, Oregon.
And THC brings Colorado not only a pair, but he has a gutter here for the Broadway straight. Of course, he's not going to hit it.
And that's
when does
a
the gutter
6 on
ever
the
come
end,
in?
which is going to be good enough to give B Holden 10s and 6s.
It might be good enough for Johnny. Johnny will call this. Got top air. It's such a disguised 2-pair too. How does the 6 help you?
And Johnny makes the call. B Holden gonna gather himself a few chips here.
The nicest hotel I've ever stayed in. I mean, it was like impeccable. Everything, yeah, absolutely like done to the nines.
I'm sorry, just fired like 2
little waterfalls.
He's telling us he was at the game there with the Panthers and the Eagles. Jake Delhomme threw his best game of his life.
But I remember just being like,
I barely remember him.
yeah.
I remember, well, Cam Newton.
Yeah, one of those guys who had a couple of good years. Cam Newton was such a flash in the pan.
He was MVP in what?
Yeah, he had that one fluke year basically.
10 in the dark. They goaded me into
And
it.
like, what else did he do though? He had the MVP year. They went 15-1, and then he didn't go for the fumble against Denver.
The Billy we know.
Gary Collins was their first quarterback.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, but you guys somehow still goaded him.
Yeah, and then he ended up with the Giants for a little bit.
Yeah, the way he said he's like, all right, I'll do it.
All
It's
right,
like, no,
fine.
All right, so we're looking for 5-6 with some hearts here.
Jack High Hearts for B Holden.
Check has $10.
4-5 is close. He's in a
Makes
straight
it
$10.
$10.
See, that's what I'm
Nut Hearts for P-Man, as well as an open-ender. Raises it up to 100.
Yeah, he's
Jack
looking really
9,
strong
7
on the bottom.
deuce, Not so good. Queen 10, 7, 3. Queens and 3s. Kevin gonna let it go though. Very one-way hands. Barbara with a set of 8s.
And the nut flush
And
draw.
nut clubs. Scoopability for Barber. He's gonna call the 100. Back to B Holden. Just the Jack High Hearts. I think he's gotta let this go.
Yeah, there's too much action in front of him.
And he has a one-way hands. Like he's basically never winning the top. And
like I said, this table's going to give me
he's got to let this go, and he
I
does.
normally absolutely play that.
So heads up we go.
not bad.
Because I go at least $300 or $400.
Some really good holdings here.
An ace and a 6 of hearts, so nut hearts are going to come in for P-Man on the bottom.
And P-Man does sort of blocked straight flush with the 9 of hearts, although
Yeah.
although 5 or 4-5 of
Yeah,
hearts.
he's not going to be worried about that. And he does also pick up top pair on the top board.
Oh, set
An
on
8
both
and a
boards.
6, so that's going to be a set of 8s for Barber and 8s full of 6s.
He
and
rivers
that's
them
going to
on
be
both.
a scoop.
That is not the card Keyman wanted to see.
Pot.
7.
Barber gonna pot it. And Keyman may end up being glad that he only has 1 pair on the top end. He can probably get off the hook here. 2 pair would be a tougher ass to folds, but I think 1 pair and then the flush on the board that paired, he could find the exit. He's not blocking any of the boats either.
Problem for P-Man is he potted it, so it's not like it's $200 to call. It's a full 700.
And he has to think that he's at best winning half the pot. He can't seriously think that he has any chance of scooping this. And he's going to let it go. So he'll minimize the damage.
Black, please.
Pocket 8s? Did I? I did have pocket. I did have pocket.
And we'll go back to Holton here, TCH Live. Pulling wide in New York, Nick, Dante, alongside me, Mel pressing the buttons, and Carolyn pitching the cards.
But I'm having fun. I'm not won 2,200, or how much did you say he has in your?
Pocket 8s, I have 2 pair of
I think something happens in football.
Well, the board paired on the bottom, which is...
The 6 is up top, so you get the net. Oh, there is a straight flush on there. There is a straight flush.
The bottom.
Yeah, on the bottom.
I know you like ball.
Anyways, we go to flop here.
They,
Ace in the window, ace, king,
it's usually when
10.
it's off the half hour that I'm like, half hour top.
Optimize with the gutter. Kevin making it 50. Maybe optimize kills. That wouldn't surprise me if he just folds. He does just fold. Perfectly fine move there.
Home run?
Caught it right at the wall. If he pulls it,
Small line.
I'm perfectly fine with whatever happens in the Carolina game. There's only way fantasy goes wrong for me would be if Sanders sets various NFL records in the last 9 minutes, and I doubt that'll happen. Nick Chubb apparently ruled out of the other game. Unfortunate for Cleveland if that ends up being something bad.
Just out there, we have 8 tables going on.
Busy
Two of
Monday
them
night.
are tournament. We do see Pickens with a touchdown.
Yeah.
Fantasy.
Is that good for you?
That's good for me.
That
A
is good for you.
71-yard touchdown.
71-yard touchdown? That sounds like a really good touchdown.
Yeah. The room is hopping tonight.
Yeah, never a dull time around here. And yeah, that $20 no limit hold'em rebuy tournament that we have on Mondays now. I think that's a 2K guarantee on that one.
Yeah, and we've got 2. We might have 3. It's hard to tell what that last table was. But I think it's 2.
That Poker Atlas app, we can find out reasonably. Like we could look at the live tournament clock.
That's true.
On that wonderful app and see how many entries there are. 30 entries, 22 left, so that would be 3 tables.
Yeah.
And 30 entries. It doesn't say how many rebuys. This is a rebuy tournament. I imagine it's structured such that you're going to get a lot of rebuys. There's probably some double buy option.
Like 4 times.
Complete structure at TexasCardHouse.com. I haven't looked at it, honestly. I'm usually busy doing this on Monday nights.
It's usually a 15-minute round, $20.
Yeah, 15 minutes, yeah. It's a quick structure. The weeknight tournaments will get you in and out fairly quick.
The low one?
Yeah, you're done by 11.
No, I didn't have a low.
Yeah, the PLO that I won on Friday was closer to midnight. We played all the way out rather than shopping. And yeah, so we had 2 breaks and we went a little bit like beyond that, basically. And,
I think I'm going to come here Friday and play that.
if I can make it out here, I'll probably come out here then as well and try to defend my title. That prestigious PLO Bounty Turbo title. That's all I'm capable of winning.
It was a while. It was like 2 years ago. I may have told you this already. I had won a Big O tournament at another club.
Some other place, yeah.
And I didn't know about the split pot.
You didn't know it was a high-low game?
No, not until the very end.
The very end?
Like final table?
How do you get that far?
I don't. I just luck. Just luck.
Did you not wonder when they were chopping the pot every other time?
Yeah, I did. I was really new. I mean, I was like really new to PLO or Big O. So I didn't want to sound stupid. Just like,
it got off to a bad start. The whole thing just got off to a bad start.
A lot of times I won because I had an ace deuce or an ace 3.
And then again, I just flattered you.
Yeah. Not so great if you're going for high, but hey, Big O, the ace deuce.
Pocket aces with a king and a 3 and a jack.
There you go.
Suited.
And that'll be a do-over. First card got flipped over. Either of the first 2 cards gets exposed. That isn't this deal.
And now or just
So we'll shuffle them up and try again. That happens.
Do you play the Big O tournament? Do you play Big O at all?
I occasionally play Big O. I'm trying to think of the last time I played Big O. The last time I played any Big O was probably the dealer's choice at WSOP.
Oh, that's
like Big O's one of the choices there.
Yes, please.
M&M, splash that.
They added a 1500 Big O this past year, and there was a huge turnout on that. I couldn't make it to that one. Like, that's actually a bracelet event.
So weird. Balls all the way around.
I would play that. I like Big O a lot more than I like PLO. I don't like PLO.
Like Choctaw sometimes will do a Big O ring event when, or sometimes called Congress, like when the circuit's up there. Like I played it in a pot limit mix a couple of times.
I mean, you know, late at night it gets all goofy, and sometimes the bomb pots will be. It's all these goofies. Yeah. All right. So
P-Man with a club draw, THG with a gutter.
I like P-Man's hand better. He also has a backdoor straight, but really hoping to hit that flush. And we're going to see THC flip this.
And P-Man going to pick up a pair of queens, with what was the best hand anyway.
Yeah, it looks like THC is calling with a king or a weak ace here. Yeah. So P-Man's going to slow down now that he has showdown value.
Check. He has an easy check call.
Yeah.
He would hate to get raised. So I think that's part of the check more than anything. Like, you can easily call a bet, but you don't want to get raised. And THC is going to blast it.
He goes more than pot here, it looks like, right?
Just over pot.
Yeah, just over pot. I'm not sure what story he's telling.
bingo, bango, bongo, except, you know, not actually good for THC. He has a pair of 5s, and P-Man has a flush.
checked it. He checked it over. I think that's the best way to get any money, because if he bets, he's just going to fold, most likely. THC does have he did hit a 5 on the river, but now he has showdown value.
Yeah, this might deter him from bluffing.
Maybe not.
He's not counting on those pair of
That's a
5s. He's going to make it
$500.
625. And
well, P-Man only loses to one hand. I mean, he's
exactly.
Not
like
folding,
the question is, do we go all in, or do we call? And I think the answer is to go all in.
Yeah, he could have a jack high flush, 10 high flush, right? He could be floating the same thing.
And there's not enough money where he can fold a flush. There's not. He doesn't have enough money behind to ever fold a flush. So P-Man is going to go all in, and THC has a pair of 5s with no kicker, and I doubt he's going to call here.
No, he can't, even though it's not that much for a big pot.
It'd be the most heroic of hero calls, and
he's
going to fold. He beats nothing.
It didn't make a lot of sense. Is what it is.
Yeah,
is what it was. Like, just he didn't need. Once he picks up that showdown value on the river, he just what's he trying to get an ace off his hand with the clubs? It just didn't make a lot of sense. All right, I haven't taken a look at the chat in a while. What's going on there? We have Mitchell, Jedi Master Ted. We've already said hey. Frank. See, Jedi Master Ted rolls an 87. I don't.
Yeah, well, and it has the RFID chip. Well,
life goals, right?
Card instead of just.
I've never won. Well, I've won a roll against you, but I didn't win.
Yeah. You didn't actually win any points.
No, I've never won any. I think I won once, got to 20-something, and then that was it. All right, THC again. Really having myself kind of a rough night here.
What's up, player?
A lot of his plays aren't working. It's in the
there,
fact that because his opponents always have it.
Yeah.
And
yeah, it's unfortunate when your opponents always have it.
we're hearing some very upset words from our producer. Probably upset about the Panthers.
25.
They're pretty well into the fourth quarter.
I thought
over
Carolyn liked Carolina.
It's definitely not me.
You know what? You know what? If it's me,
The roast beef it?
if it's me, Kevin,
Do we know who? Well, I need more
No,
info.
I'm certainly Everest.
Chris Olaf, you mean from Frozen?
Yeah, you're pretty
He holds them
You're the team.
It's Olaf.
Yeah.
at the 9
Maybe
threes.
like 20.
The 25's on this hand.
Yeah.
Definitely not in the lower.
So optimize with
Sorry,
some 10s. I think he's going to raise over that lamp.
Yeah, I think he's going to. Oh,
P-Man's gonna have
P-Man.
two aces.
And
I
this
think he's
is
gonna
a
raise
tough
over the
opponent to
raise.
have aces. It's kind of like having Bones having aces because you can't put them on a hand, really.
So
I don't believe in
I'll make
poker.
it 250.
I don't believe in poker faces, but I think P-Man has one.
Yeah.
Very.
Barber with some deuces.
Nah, he can't. You
Some
mentioned it
people
earlier,
will talk
right?
themselves into cold calling, though.
Yeah, but
You
even,
shouldn't, and he won't.
like you said, even if he hits a set,
There's ways that can go wrong, and out of position it'll be harder to get paid. I think Optimize is going to be roped into making the call here. I think he's got the price
he has to.
set
If
line.
you're folding 10s pre-flop, I mean, just got the thumbs down from. It is a lot. Second year man.
Optimize does makes the call. Optimize is going to be looking for a 10 here as we go heads up, and I see an 8. And a 9 and a 5. This
bad
could be
flop.
trouble here.
Bad flop for Optimize.
Optimize
right?
has an overpair.
He is. He's trying to induce a bet.
He's checking to the pre-flop
Pre-flop,
raiser.
yeah, he wants him to bet because he's hoping he has ace-king or something like that. He does have an ace.
And P-Man's going to go for the 1/3 C-bet, as he'll often do. And I think Optimize probably just has a call.
Yeah.
I think a raise only gets you action from a better hand. Like you really don't want to let your opponent play perfect.
Yeah, the only
because-
raise that would call or some sort of spades, right?
Yeah, he makes the call. We'll see if Optimize finds himself any improvement on the turn here. The 9's going to pair, which might actually slow P-Man down a little bit here. We'll see if he fires again. Inconvenient for P-Man that he has the ace of spades and that some of the hands that are going to pay him are spade draws and he's blocking those.
Yeah, he'd probably wish he didn't have it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you can't be too picky, right? You have pocket aces. You're way ahead. You're 80-40 here. You're actually 96-4.
P-Man going to go for a bet of 450. I think our friend in C3 thinks that's $30 too much.
I got it.
He finally got it. He
I
finally got
was
it.
like, what are you talking about?
Told you I can be slow. No, it's seriously Optimized does have an overpair here. It's a big spot. Let's actually.
Yeah, I mean, so we're seeing the aggression on future streets here. I think it's a call, but it's just
and
like.
so is Optimized.
I don't think it's ever a bluff at this
Optimized
point.
needs a 10 and the 10 alone. Instead, he gets another 8. That's going to be 3 pair now. And the spades miss.
This is where I think the aces check because of the spades did miss. Maybe you can induce a bluff. I don't think Optimized calls another bet here.
And what does Optimized get to the flop with that's going to be able to pay? Like,
yeah, I mean,
maybe 10s, jacks. I don't know if there's any better pairs that don't 4-bet and pre-flop.
Those are the hands. Yeah.
Yeah.
He could have 9-10, right?
And P-Man's going to go for it. He's going to make it just over 1,000.
Now, Optimize needs just to think this through, right? P-Man hasn't really made these kinds of moves. Multiple street betting, big bets, pot size bet almost. This wasn't, but it's just so tough, right? You have an overpair to the board.
Yeah. And you beat the spade draws. I don't know if there's many 3-bets that would have flopped a straight draw here, but you are
Ace king of spades.
I was going to say it's worth mentioning you do block the straight draws. Not that he's going to have that many straight draws that 3-bet pre.
Yeah, the straight draw. I was looking at that flush draw.
Yeah, a lot of the straight draws would have a 10 in them.
I mean, there was already a straight out there with the 6-7, right? I mean, not that anybody's playing that really.
Optimize flicks it in. Gonna see the bad news. P-Man taking a huge one at Optimize's expense.
He's getting value owned here. We've seen this in the last couple of streams. I consider Blake a friend of mine.
He's a little bit more willing to make these calls.
Yeah, I mean, you can't blame him for calling in that aspect. There's a couple things. The first one is the bet sizing, the money that's being put in, right? That's a red flag right there. But, I mean, he beats ace-king. He doesn't beat anything else. He specifically beats ace-king of spades, right?
You know, famous last words, I put you on ace-king.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's the only thing he's thinking right now is like.
On to the next hands, I see an orange in front of Optimize. I guess he's topped up here.
Yeah, he
orange
lost
chips worth $1,000.
1,900 on that, right? Something like that.
Yeah, it was somewhere in the neighborhood of 2. Yeah.
That's a tough one.
Unfortunate, you know, overpair versus overpair. It's over to Bones with the 7s, makes it 35. Barbara defends.
He was disgusted with that chip. He just flicked it off. Oh, I thought someone had pocket 7s.
Bones does have pocket 7s. And
Quads.
Bones has 4 7s now.
Does he get the promo?
No.
No,
if
it's
this
5.
were Wednesday,
Oh.
if this were Wednesday, I was just about to say he would be in line for the Quads of the Day promo, but alas, that was Pocket 5s today.
He doesn't even
He's not
show
gonna
the
show.
quads. That was anticlimactic.
Bones just had too much of it.
Ozzy 3's
Kind of surprised he bet at all on that flop.
Players checks on live stream.
Well, he's probably doing exactly what he would do if he didn't hit that flop, right? Which was c-bet, so
Okay, T2 adding.
hoping that his opponent had something.
Yeah. Yep, got it.
Damn it.
Raise to 35.
Ace king now for Kevin. His is not the suited variety against pocket 6s of bones. Almost a coin flip here.
120, the re-raise from Kevin. See if Bones can go back to back with the quads here, as he does make the call. None of those looks like a 6. But Jack, Jack 5, that doesn't look like an ace or a king either, so Bones is still ahead. Check, check. 8 of diamonds will keep Bones out front. Checks it over to Kevin again. What will Kevin do here? Kevin will go about half pot. Little ones are half pot. $100. Quick call from Bones. 5 pairs on the ends. So Bones' 3 pair is going to be Kevin's ace.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin now
Check,
probably
check.
not going to take a stab at it because he has a little showdown right here. So,
Yep. Hates to be staring at another Bones check raise.
we have the double straddle on here. So Optimize is looking to get that money back. So he's going to bump up the pot here.
20 is on. All right, 20.
And that was short and sweet.
Hey, jackpot.
She was okay.
I was okay with it.
Who's that young kid on Johnny's picture? Looks like a lot younger without hair, facial hair. I feel like facial hair makes me younger. I don't have all the grays in some of those old guys. That's something. Not as mean as someone my
THC with a little slick. Kevin with a couple Broadway cards. Definitely bring this in for a raise.
Four players.
All right, so 4-6 is the nuts. Let's see if anybody with 4-6. So Optimize is very close, 4-7. He's got the up and down with the redraw to a better straight here with the 7. He can somehow find a 6. And he's going to go ahead and pop that in there and see
That's right.
what happens. And he takes it down with the worst hand, but he had the best draw.
You had enough of
He
that.
drags in a little pot there.
7 high.
Makes up for the 2K he gifted He-Man.
And pocket queens again.
We do see Barbara and He-Man, the big winners so far this evening.
In different styles too, right? So.
Well, and it helps though at the end of the day when you cooler somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do play different games for sure.
So there is no one way to play a game and be successful. And not always, all the ways can work for you here. And Kevin's going to wake up with the same hand he had before. Likes just to call this raise. We got to see THC here win a nice pot. Just getting outdrawn here. Right now, he's currently the favorite. But He-Man does have his suited ace, and both his opponents were suited. And that's not a very comfortable position to be in between these two players.
And He-Man actually did make it 300, so this might just chase him out of there.
Yeah, you can't really ace-jack offsuit. I mean, I would.
No, it's just too weak. And so is the King 10. He-Man takes it down.
Did you hear about that plane that disappeared?
Yeah, apparently they found it.
They did find it?
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing online.
Because I'm looking at it right now. Well, this was a while ago.
How do you
right here? Yeah.
How do you just lose an airplane?
Didn't the pilot? I don't know a lot about it.
The pilot ejected.
Yeah. The pilot
And
ejected.
they just didn't know where it went, I guess. Yeah. Oh, look, Kevin with some pocket fives. He's got a chance at the quads of the day.
All right, Kevin, don't mess this up.
Let's get to the flop and let's try and find ourselves a couple of fives. Well, we're going to have to backdoor it, I guess, Queen 9-3, which will not even be good for her, the best hands as Beholden flaps a pair of 9s. And Kevin will probably, he'll call. He's going to try and hit himself a 5 here. And I don't have the turn card yet. We see a check, and Kevin's going to bet now. Looks like $75. I don't have a turn card. And Beholden going to call. Oh, wow, it's a 5. Oh, but not another 5. But not another 5.
You scared me, William. I thought they had quads. I was like, look how calm Kevin is. Kevin will lead out here. He's not going to get a lot from Holden, though, right? There's an over to his card. He still could get a 5, right?
Now the river's a dud. It was a king.
Oh, they did it on purpose.
Yeah, and Beholden does make the call.
Oh, nice
Like I say, it's a 5. Carolyn got the card out too fast. Like I was gonna say, can Kevin get the quads? But they beat me to it here.
Yeah, I think Holden could have got away from that hand.
Probably so, especially when the backdoor clubs get in.
Is there a Ranger stage?
No, that's your stage.
Oh, hell, I can't see, dude. Without fucking dice. That's
You
awesome.
wear them dark.
I was gonna speak the quads into existence. Like I was trying to set it up there. If they would have just waited 5 more seconds, I'd have set it up,
Yeah,
and the
because
river
if
would
you
have
get it on
come
the
different.
stream, they split it with us. 50-50, so that sounds good. You get 50, I get 50.
That's the unspoken rule. I have actually hit promos twice on stream. It can happen.
I was there.
It has happened, and
you had 9.
Yeah, one of them was with 9s. The other one was with 10s.
I
It was
remember.
it was a
got
high
up
hands.
and you
It
said
wasn't a.
before
We were doing a high hands. It wasn't a quads of the day.
Yeah, but you were the hand wasn't over. You just said high hand.
Yeah. Well, I was calling off. We. Yeah, like that. The hand was effectively over.
It's been years since I hit quads, but I hit quads versus aces on an ace 9-9 board.
Yeah, that's
2-5 game. Yeah, so I got.
And if we can fade the one out, you know, it's pretty good.
We did, but I didn't get any extra money.
Yeah.
All right, hold him here. Johnny's gonna. You see that a lot lately. Suited broadways people play.
Like, see if we can pick up a 10 and then call him again because now we have more of it. This is not going to be a helpful run for King Jack now.
And Johnny knows that. He tries to bet something to get some value, but. I'm really rooting for THC here. Insert jokes now, but
try and get him onto it.
Trying to, yeah. Let's will him a big pot here. We've straddled almost the whole game.
I'm going to be willing on a couple of defensive touchdowns from Pittsburgh.
Do you need it?
Well, I'll win, but the thing is, I have an outside chance at highest score in the league, and we pay a bonus for that.
Oh, I played it. I have not this year.
And like more importantly, like not just that would go into my pocket. It's like whose money, like who has it now. I would like to take it from him.
This is I'm winning every fantasy, every one of them because of George Pickens.
3 players.
Yeah.
And I have him in 3 leagues, and
yeah, I'll admit, like I could have picked up Pakula last week, and I went a different route. We see Kevin with trips and nobody with anything else.
Well, I picked him up and didn't play him, so.
Yeah, well, I mean, I want to see what his numbers are when Cooper Kupp comes back.
I don't think he's going to come back. I don't think he's going to be the same player. He's got that lower injury. I mean, his talent is that stopping on a dime, cutting and stuff. I mean, I just don't think. I don't know.
Yeah, and I needed a little more help at running back than I needed at receiver.
I did something unconventional. I have a family league. I did something. They have 2 quarterbacks.
Okay.
Which is unique, right?
Yeah.
So I drafted 2 quarterbacks with 1 and 2.
Well, it depends on which quarterbacks.
Well, Jalen Hurts.
Of course, Jalen Hurts.
And Tua.
Yeah. Which, I mean, Jalen Hurts is a legitimate choice, even if you're not an Eagles fan.
Yeah. I have a real problem in fantasy sports, always drafting Eagle players.
Yeah. I only took 1 Denver Bronco, and it was in the late rounds.
Which, Judy?
No. One of the running backs.
Williams?
Yeah, Javonte Williams.
Yeah.
Of course, Kevin's check raise. Kevin's check raise got the job done.
You guys gave up Bradley Chubb. I mean, you got a #1 back.
Well, I mean, that was a rental, so that made perfect sense. He wasn't re-signing. So rent him out.
Browns fear Chubb out for the season.
Well, I mean, when you take a helmet to the knee and you leave on a cart, that is the usual outcome. Unfortunately.
I'm like the reverse because a lot of fantasy football players always take running backs first. I'm the reverse because they always get hurt.
Yeah, the one year I had a #1 pick, I took a running back and he immediately broke his arm, and that was the end of his year. As we get a bomb pot here. THC with a deuce, an okay deuce, and he has a wrap, so he has scoop ability, except the graphics say he doesn't. So he holds him, has a deuce. Who's got the queens? Somebody must have queens.
All right, Optimize has the queens while he's eating a delicious bar, granola bar.
And Barber with the better wrap on the other side.
This could get juicy as we saw the queens not raised there.
Yeah, so Optimize calls, Bones calls with Ace, King, Jack 10.
Optimize is playing this really right. He's not blowing people out of it because he knows he's only got one board, so he's just trying to keep everybody in there. Hold on.
And THC with trips and the weak wrap. He lets, no, he raises. He's potted it up to 210. THC has potted with his trips and his lower wrap.
That does not make any sense.
That's going to be unfortunate for him. B holds him, has trips, and he has the hind ends of the open ender. He's going to call.
Now we're going to see Optimize pounce.
Now this is where Kevin just gets away because he has nothing. Now Optimize, he could call and keep this multi-way. He has a hammer lock on that bottom board. He could try and keep it multi-way.
And Bones is not going anywhere with his nut flush, backdoor, or straights.
That's all he has, though. He just has the nut club. So he has a one-way hand.
That's why.
But it's also a four-way pot. That's the tricky thing here. Like, if it's a four-way pot, we can keep going with a one-way hand.
You want to, yeah.
Yeah, because like half the pot, but you're putting in less than half the money.
It's actually just the pot.
The stack size.
THC and Hold'em are virtually, they're drawing dead on the bottom.
They put the pot
Pot
size?
size is there.
The pot size should
I thought that's
not.
what you were looking at.
No, but it straight up should not be there.
Definitely.
I agree. That should not be there.
Well, no, in a pot limit, it's pot limit only. You can always ask. You can always ask what the pot
He
size
does
is.
make a call. I think they're
Way too comfortable.
critiquing
I wonder
the
if people
graphics.
picked up on that. I've never seen Optimize more comfortable in a hand.
Now, what does Bones do here? He has a one-way hand. He does have nut draws, but
He
he
just
has
calls,
one way.
yeah.
He's going to make the call. See what happens here. We go 4 ways to the turns.
Now that's something
Everybody
we don't
with
see.
a chunk of this.
Bless you.
The 4's going to pair. That's the end of Bones. And then a 3 on the bottom, which is going to give B Holden
and THC of
3
both.
scoop deuces.
Oh my gosh.
And Bones is just going to nope right the hell out of that paired board, I think.
And is
everyone-
Optimize ahead on the top board?
Optimize is not ahead on the top board at the moment. The graphics are showing Bones ahead somehow. That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, no, I think he's ahead at the moment.
Optimize is ahead at the moment. The graphics are...
Oh, he goes all in with his boat. You got a boat, I got a boat.
THC bets 525. He holds and calls for less. Optimize is certainly going to put his money in at this point. I mean, you could just call here.
Might as well just get it in now.
He does just call. Yeah, Bones is going to go away. Yeah, those graphics are wrong for Bones.
No, this is a scooper right here, right now.
Yeah.
A 10 would be kind of the magic card for this to be a chop pot here.
Well, that's the thing. It's live by the sword and die.
And so queens and 4s and queens full of deuces, the best hands right now.
This is so, yeah, they both have 3 deuce. That's just sick.
You get a vote. You get a vote. You get a vote. Sweet week.
I just, and if you see how calm Optimize is, enjoying that granola bar of his.
Carolyn getting the side pot right real quick.
And that
There's a
orange
side
chip
pot.
you guys see, that's a $1,000 chip.
Sure is. One of those pumpkins. It's that time of the year.
I love this time of the year. I got
All right.
grandkids, so.
So the rivers we go.
There is still action.
Oh, the worst card
And
for
an 8.
Optimize.
So
THC is going to get half the pot here.
yeah, THC with trip 10s on the top now. He gets bailed out. Optimize was free rolling.
So it's B Hold'em is going to.
And THC moves all in on the side pot. And Optimize is, of course, going to call.
This paired board is kind of scary, huh?
So,
Queen full.
so THC and Optimize are going to chop everything. That was Honestly, that was super dangerous for THC to pop that river with just trips.
Yeah.
He has trips with no kicker.
He does have a boat. I mean,
I'm talking about the top board.
I know. I just
You have bottom boat.
I
Bottom
just
boat
don't.
sucks.
What is for THC? What on the bottom board? What does he think he's calling with?
Yeah, exactly my point.
Oh, but he's got the worst boat, right?
Yeah, he has bottom boat on the bottom.
I mean, he's got the worst boat.
Yeah, we don't want bottom boat. And then on the top board, he just has bad trips. He doesn't even have top trips. He's got trips with a 6, and that sucks. On it. Like, that's that hand is a lot weaker than it looks. That's what I'm saying. And like, if you want to check call, okay. I'm probably not playing that as a bet though because way too easy to get scoops.
I thought maybe he
I wouldn't even.
Player
I could have let it go on the flop.
Yeah.
somehow he had 10.
It's just a 2.
That's the real answer. I probably don't even get to the river.
Yeah, I probably kick myself. Oh man, and then I like on the river like
Yeah, like you were drawing almost dead and you got there. Congratulations.
If you hadn't hit that 10, you would have.
Can you grab me barrels?
Wow.
Very fortunate for THC, but I'm glad he won some money. He won almost $500. So unfortunately, it's mostly Beholden's money.
Wow.
If I don't hit that 10, I'll check it. Yeah, and then I'm potting and calling.
Do you call it when he pots it on the river? No 10?
Oh, come on. Yes, you do. You couldn't put me on queens.
Oh, you can definitely put you on queens. I knew I was fucked up.
You had a boat on the bottom, it was just a
I knew you had queens.
There's 2 rules in bomb pots that I live by.
Yeah.
Only play the nuts,
Only play the nuts, okay.
and when you have the nuts, go multi-way. That's
Okay, there
it.
you
Everything
go.
else is fold.
I thought the other one had quite 10.
Somebody rolled a 1.
Not whoa. I've been there.
Wow, sorry,
Feels
JG.
bad, man.
Ouch. That's I've rolled a 2 and a 3.
I've been on both ends of it. I've had the 1. I've had the 1 with 2 zeros after it.
I've never.
I might have even been the first one to roll 100 here.
I've never. I will start building my points up again.
Yeah, you got to get back on that grind.
Yeah, kind of hard to slow play when everyone knows when to play the nuts. Everyone's slow player. Another hand, nut peddling.
Top set for Barber. Boom. Gutter for Johnny.
All right. Dante has 1 TCH point.
1 TCH.
Got to start somewhere. Probably get 10 by the end of the next stream.
And
I won't be here for the next stream. Are you?
I'm here next week.
I'm not here
next
week.
Monday.
My vacation week, plus the Eagles are playing Monday Night Football against the vaunted 2-0 Buccaneers.
Enjoy that. Enjoy the vacation. Enjoy the Eagles showing the Buccaneers.
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Mike Evans is a beast.
Yep.
Another huge fantasy day, if you guys are into that.
Yeah. Maximize what we suit the ace. Seven deuce, not going to continue here.
There's some excitement in the football game.
I think something's happening in football.
Well, I heard run.
Yeah, probably the football game, the Cleveland-Pittsburgh game's still going on, and
Back in action.
that's a close one. And
Is it George Pickens?
The ground? Okay.
No, does it say pick on the back?
yeah,
Get this guy smooth calling like I knew.
I'm just hoping that Pittsburgh can come up with some defensive points because
2, 3, 4, 5.
I got a financial interest in that. You know, maybe another pick six. Maybe whoever replaced Chubb could
Fumble?
be bothered to drop the ball, and you know, and then maybe one of the Steelers picks it up and runs it to the other side of the field.
The Steelers have 12 rushing yards.
That's not a lot. So P-Man raising it up with the 8s and Bones putting in the 3-bet up to 175. And we're going to make it back to optimize. He limps the 7-5 suited. One of my favorite messing around hands.
100%.
But no messing around here.
Good reference.
The biggest pot I ever won in all the years of poker playing cash was 6-8 of spades.
Look at that! Look at
Oh
that!
my God!
This is why we play 7-5. This is why. That would have been 2 boats on the flop in one night for optimize. If only he would have been a little bit and folded.
It's a behavior.
And if my volume dropped there, it's because my microphone fell down. It couldn't stand it anymore. Bones has an open-ender to go with the best hand, and not Bones. P-Man has the open-ender to go with the best hand.
He's got an open-ender now.
Don't mind me anymore.
So a 9 or 4 would give him the straight. But he doesn't need it right now. He just needs
he has
to
the best
fade.
hand. A pair of 8s is good.
Fade. But it makes you feel more comfortable when you hit
think
that.
we went check, check.
We did.
Why do I have a feeling that this was a king of clubs on the river? That's just a hunch. No, it's a 3 of diamonds.
So
because the last time it didn't scan, it was a king of clubs. That's why I speculated.
And it goes one-liner there to a straight.
Yeah. And that said, not many 4s.
Yeah, no, I mean, no one's really gonna should show up here with a 4, maybe pocket 4, some weird way. But I think it's gonna be tough, right? P-Man could be thinking, how do I get value? But Bones could also have 9s, right, and just be afraid of a 7. I don't know.
Check, check. And gonna turn those 8s over.
We have to get rid of that pot. Huh? Because then you just start. It's just too easy. You just start doing third pot, 2.2x.
No surprise here. He holding Bones.
No, I totally.
The most aggressive. A lot of aggression tonight.
Absolutely.
Part of the paying attention. Yeah.
I mean, that's ridiculous. And like reading the flop. I mean, Kevin has, with his old eyes, he's misread the flop at least twice in hands.
Do you think you can see that better?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You can?
It's all backlit and clear. I mean, part of live poker is reading the fucking board.
Yeah, but that's for me more than it is for you. That's not for you guys.
Well,
What is the pot?
Not the pot.
is it right in front of my face? Poor Johnny can't see it.
Just so that
He
I can
wishes he
verify
could
that
see
it's
it.
correct. I know,
Nice.
that's the
Limping
other
the
thing.
8-7.
That's really like,
Yeah, right.
these
Johnny
people
can't
become
see the
so much more
raise.
valuable.
Exactly.
The problem with the limping, I think, is like in this lineup, you're just painting a huge target on your back to get raised and re-raised.
Yeah,
I know,
like
but it's
90% of these hands, even more, are always going to get raised pre-flop.
It doesn't matter, it
Johnny
shouldn't be there.
calls.
You might as
I
well
think
be the
everyone-
one doing that raising.
Sure, it should be there. Pot limit, you can
I'm
always.
Of course,
sure
there's
they
always
will.
the 3-bet.
It is being worked on as we speak, so.
That's nice. Gets the cheap flop he desired. See if he can flop a boat this time.
So 8-8-7 here of clubs. 8-7 of clubs would be really fun.
We get king jack 6 instead. And Johnny has the best through with middle pair.
Yeah, and optimize
Gutter
with
for
all
Kevin.
the back doors and a gutter. Yeah, gutter for Kevin with an over. Not a lot for everybody to continue here, but that's not going to
making it
stop
50.
Kevin to drop. No.
Everyone wants to see another card. Deuce of spades, just what they all wanted.
He was like, man, why can't you give me the 5 of diamonds?
That's the gin card right there, the deuce of spades.
of 200 here, so almost 70% pot. Still telling the story that he's got the top pair here. He's really focusing on one pair of hands, just like Johnny has with Jack.
All the nonsense that's been calling on the flop. I mean, this could easily be
Johnny
best.
is ahead here. You know, the old adage is hard to make a pair. He's played with Kevin a lot, so.
But apparently not enough to continue there.
Well, because Kevin is so balanced. Like, he does that with his value hands. He does that with his bluffing hands. You know, he just, you know all this.
Yeah, and he got optimized behind you as well. And,
Yeah.
you know, it would be unfortunate if Optimize should decide to say, I
Optimize is the
raise.
loose cannon in that spot. And a raise by Optimize would have won.
Yeah.
But
Why do they keep remaking that?
I don't know, man. It's just like the record that won't stop spinning.
there we go. Barbara plays with a play. Very playable. Ugh, excuse me. Very playable button. Kevin's starting to kind of limp in a lot of hands here. Wants to see flops. I'm going to go heads up against Barber and Kevin. And wow, okay. So he's just going to flop 2 pair.
That's a lot of pairs.
That's what you have to do. Play those low wheel draw cards.
And then flop like 2 pairs.
Yeah.
We'll see it.
Monster. Pocket set.
And he shows.
2 pair.
Interesting strategy. A lot of players are short.
Yeah.
Classy.
I'm going to see in 15
I
minutes.
just had a feeling like we're in with 2 junk hands again. Same sitch.
How have we gotten this far into the show already?
No, we don't.
She's not talking to you, Dante.
Well, all I heard was a voice
Yeah. You'll know when Mel's talking to you.
from the graveyard where the Panthers are.
You'll know when she's talking to you. And so,
You know, until this year, I didn't know the Panthers still had a team.
sounds like we are going to have an extra few minutes since we started a little late tonight. The 20's gotten limped in 2 spots.
They're just like pushing software
Oh,
updates
yeah,
every stream.
all the time.
Every stream. It's like we're the #1 customers.
Yeah, we're getting close to the end here, and players are really loosening up their ranges.
Yeah, we're in power hour. We are in power hour here.
It's gonna hard. I'm gonna be baffled if I see clubs because 3 players had
Well, but it's on
pair of clubs.
whatever,
in
and
the
they're
hand.
using the same software, so if they're
Well, I
pushing
mean, there's a lot of clubs in the deck. There's
That's
like
14.
13 of them.
13, yeah.
What deck are you playing with 14 of them?
14 clubs. I'm getting tired.
This is a foul deck that Dante's playing with here. I'm calling the floor. 7-5. Johnny with the straight flush gutter and the most equity.
flops the
despite
best here, yeah.
He has the worst made hand, but he has the most
That's how I
equity.
keep track of when we do block
So I can see what time it is.
The old combo draw.
No, you have to keep it on the table. Sorry, it's a rule.
And Beholden's going to bet. If I'm Johnny, I'm raising right here and now because I'm probably the equity favorite, but I also just have 8 high. But he's going to call.
Yeah, you want to get more money in while you
This is
have
a-
your
yeah.
equity.
And the
See,
queen of
that's the
hearts here,
problem
you
right
just lost
there.
half your equity.
That's the problem right there.
No improving for Beholden either. Maybe he decides
You
to
want to do a block just
check raise river, or maybe Beholden decides to move all in, and now Johnny left in a most awkward spot.
Yeah.
If he's up against the better diamond draw, he's pretty hosed here.
This
Otherwise,
is
he actually has a price to, like he actually has the equity.
he does, but I mean,
If he's not up against the better diamond
it could be
draw.
another. It could be a diamond draw with the ace of diamonds.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like then he's in a world of trouble.
I like Beholden's play here. I mean, he has been more aggressive tonight. He saw a little weakness there, and he knew the only way he was going to win this is to make a little over. He only had a pot size bet, a little over a pot
Johnny
size bet.
lets it
Anyway.
go.
That's the only way I was going to get that one.
The move for Johnny would have been the check raise flop, I
He
think.
shows him the Jack 9, and, well, I hate to tell this to you, Beholden, you're actually ahead.
That was a value bluff.
You value bluffed.
All right, bomb pot. Thank you.
And we're off to a bomb pot. We had the last bomb pot was pretty fun. 3 players with boats on the same board.
All right, give me the top boat this time, and someone else is sucking.
And then the river that avoided a massive scoop, unfortunately.
Yeah, it just, I mean,
Kinda like second.
I was kind of rooting for the guy, but
Not on bomb
he was so way behind, I didn't know how he caught up. All right, so we got hearts on the top
did on bomb pots.
and clubs on the bottom, so Broadway's on the bottom as well.
Optimized got
has
a wrap on
clubs.
top, little
Yeah.
baby draw on the bottom.
Yes.
B-Man pots it with pair plus draw on the bottom. Kevin,
Well, he's got the pair on the top too
Folds.
with the
Yeah.
flush draw, I guess. It's not the nut flush draw.
king high heart draw for Kevin, and also a king on the bottom for Kevin. Gonna make the call, optimize, pair and a wrap.
Yeah, he's got some.
clubs.
He's got some
Makes the call.
equity here.
Optimize the only club draw that's still in the hands here as we go to the turns. A 6 and a 5,
5,
pretty
7.
sweet for Optimize, who turns the straight
I
on
was about
top.
to say
He has
5,
2 pair on the
7,
bottom.
2 pair on the bottom with the flush draw.
And Optimize suddenly looking like he could scoop here. Pots it, 360.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. We talked about how we don't want to play straights, but you have a chance here to get both your opponents out and just take the pot down.
Yeah. And like he also has something on the bottom. You don't love bottom 2 pair or a 7 high club draw, but like there is some potential here. And you are blocking some of the decent stuff they could have. P-Man in a little bit of a bind here. He's just got a queen on top, and on the bottom he has a pair and a draw. He should really just get out of here, I think. Am I missing something?
No, he's got the pair and a flush
Yeah,
draw on top.
I'm not sure what he's still doing here. It's a non-nut flush draw. As we go heads
and
up
a better
to the
flush
rivers.
draw folded.
Yep.
Ooh.
And the rivers come the wrong way for P-Man's liking. And
This is actually-
P-Man does have the bottom with trip jacks.
I was about to say, this is chop chop now.
And optimized with 3 pair on the bottom, which is...
He's like, I just got counterfeited.
gonna
That
be lousy.
sucks.
He's got the nut straight on top. And if he's lucky, well, you know what? The nice thing is there's a 7 and a 5 on the
Yeah,
bottom.
he
is less
blocks
likely
it.
to be quartered.
He blocks that,
So Optimize could just try and blow P-Man off of a weak hand, but instead we go check, check, and they're going to chop it up.
5, 7, and Jack.
I'd probably go for it there to try and like get all of the pot.
Yeah, because he
Also
just has
because,
a jack.
And we're blocking the quarter. Like if we're optimized, we're blocking we have the quarter cards blocked with the bottom board. And then the other thing is like having the 2 pair, we're blocking the boats.
Yep.
So you could have gone for it, and then on the other side, like you're pretty much bluffing if you're going for it, but you could same deal where you have cards that could at least consider going aggressive.
I think he still felt he was getting quartered with that straight.
Yeah.
That's why it was just one. It was either going to be a shady flip or a
He's king for Barber.
Tournament dealers. Lines are up. Next hand. 2,000, 4,000. 4,000 big line in next hand.
And I think that's going to do it. I think with Barber, I think players know when he comes out, he's usually got a strong hand.
45 is a little bit big.
Yeah, and so he just played some junk. Played that 2-3, right?
Yeah, and got rewarded too.
A limp in there with the suited wheel there. Wheel draw. I'm just going to get just a call here from Bones.
TCH going to check his option.
It's all king.
And there's a king. 4 deuce.
Barber does connect
Bones
here.
the gut shot.
So there's something for everybody here.
Barber makes it 20. And Bones going for the check raise. With that wheel draw, he makes it 65.
And Bones does have the ace of diamonds here.
THC just folds top pair.
To $65.
Top pair, meh, kicker, betting a raise. Like, I can see where he might feel a little bit of pressure there. That was a surprising fold, though. I probably would have bet myself, though, before it got to Barber. Bones checking to Barber now on his 9 of clubs. That doesn't help him. You think we're going to see a double check raise from Bones? If,
probably not
Barber
against probably not against Barber.
No, it's on the river. It went check, check, turn. There you go.
Another 9. And now Bones going to go over pot, and he went 2x pot there, 350. And came up real quick on the graphic and got the insta fold. Bones with the aggression, once again getting the job done. We see you, the PT. We see you. Getting close to the end this evening. Be sure hit like, hit subscribe before we wrap it up. We do have a bit more poker for you though, another 10-15 minutes or so. And be sure to join us again tomorrow for the big game from TCH Dallas.
I will definitely be watching. It's one of my favorite games to watch, stream.
I occasionally watch if I don't have anything else going on. Sometimes, you know, like, as much as I love poker, sometimes I got other stuff going on.
Yeah, you definitely have other stuff going on. I don't.
Yeah, the retired life. One day we'll get that.
All right, who's got the spades? I see 2 people with aces. We've seen a lot of that dominated aces tonight.
Yeah, Kevin with the better ace here. Having said, he gets the call from P-Man, who has the pipped ace. It's just the 2 of them. As we go to the turn, 4 of diamonds is a dud.
Yeah, I mean, so now P-Man's, he doesn't know it, but he's looking for a 10 or a 9 here.
$225. The bet from Kevin.
Now Kevin does have bluff in him. He's done a couple of bluffs.
And there are plenty of bluffs available on this board.
Yeah, now you have 2 flush draws out here. I think P-Man's just in call mode here. The pot's starting to get a little bit big. If he makes this call, we're talking almost $800 here.
All right, so we're going to go to the river. 10 to win for P-Man, 9 or a 4 would chop it. None of the above with a 6 of clubs. Kevin will be best if we get to showdown. 750 in the middle. Let's see if he wants to put any more in. He does want to put more in. He wants to put all of the money in.
Wasn't that a strange
all in? That was all in. It was like 2x pot. He wants to put all the money in there. Put P-Man to the ultimate test. He's trying to say, I got it or I don't. There's a lot of, and he gets called. Kevin gets the full double up here. Aces with a jack. Sufficiently better than the aces with a 10.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin's never bluffing. Ever.
If he's never bluffing, you make the folds. If he is bluffing, though, I mean, you beat all the bluffs, and like the only bluff that you're blocking is the jack 10 for the open ender on the flop.
I tend to look at the kind of the flush draws.
But you're not blocking any of the flush draws.
So yeah, so that's good for P-Man.
So I can understand the bluff catch. I can understand.
No, you just didn't see how many chips you had behind it. It's not anything you did. It's 1162.
No, I said all in.
No, you were fine. You were fine. It's fine. No worries.
Yeah, I think P-Man apparently didn't realize Kevin had so much behind.
Because he threw out the 400, right?
And he threw out a bunch of black chips, but like he had the red chips. Like they were stacked okay. Like as far as I know, they were stacked okay. And it's on you to see what he's got behind. Like what would not be okay is if you were hiding your large denomination chips. Then, you get a 4 call and then maybe some of those chips don't play. If you have large denomination chips, you want to keep them on top or out front.
I've seen that on a few other streams where people have kind of palm chips or angled.
So that's not okay. And like the rules actually say that the other players are entitled to be able to see your chips sufficiently that they can estimate them, and that you should have your chips, your large denomination, on top or out front. So like optimized technically should not have that pumpkin on the bottom. That should be on the top.
Is that where he has it? I didn't even see it.
He has it below the blacks in the stack. If we want to be technical here. That's something that I tend to be more nitpicky about in tournaments.
Yeah, because there's a lot more all-ins there.
And you also have like some strange chip colors, like especially if you're maybe on a circuit and every venue's got their own chip set, and so.
Well, I'm colorblind, so those tournament chips sometimes.
Even worse.
There's been several times where I've incredibly overbet the pot.
yeah.
I had to play it off.
It's where eventually you get in the habit of verbalizing. There's one venue in particular where the 5Ks and the 100s look very similar. Like 100's black and the 5K is gray, but the chips are all faded to hell. And I have seen some misclicks. And Johnny gonna float here with his gut shot on the hind ends of the gut shot, and Kevin's still good with his ace high. Check, check. Ace on the ends.
He loves his aces here.
Loves his aces. If you want to continue with that 8-7 on the flop, I'd much rather play it as a check raise than as a check call.
Yeah, now he's telling oh, that ace hit me, but.
And he's going to find out that it actually hit Kevin here. Johnny makes it 155. Kevin's going to snap that off.
Going to bring Kevin should be almost winning by now, right?
Not sure. Sure we'll get that graphic eventually. We see everybody above the line now. Even THC's above the line.
He's been a little involved, although he's not at the table right now.
Yeah.
There he goes.
picking bones off
The white shoes. No, Barbara's not going to not going to straddle, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, there it
Oh, there
is.
it is. I was about to say.
It's the part of the night where you got to straddle. And we see Barbara's going to have some 8s. We'll get there, though. Damian opening up a suited king. Bones with a better king and probably raising, and definitely raising. Sticks a 1 on front of that 40. Barbara with the 8s, making it, calling rather.
Yeah, that's a Barber. That's a tough spot for Barber because he's in between the players, and that's where
You'd hate to get 4-bet, and He-Man's going to continue. He probably should have 4-bet there, but that's King 6 doesn't need to be here. But it is here, and
8s are still good.
8s remain the best hands.
I mean, that queen should fall in Bones' range a little bit, but
And Queen 5-4, 2 diamonds.
now for Bones, it's going to be tough to get a bluff through with these two players. It should be, and it doesn't. So he
checks. Deuce of clubs on the turn.
Well,
P-Man picking up a club draw and a gutter.
He picks it up. I mean, that's the world, right? I mean, I guess
That's
that's three of clubs would have been better, but
3 of clubs or a 7 of clubs are the only better cards there.
yeah. So so he needs a 3 or a club.
And so Paul Barber's 200. Barber with the 8s. Heads up, we go to the river.
Probably about 200.
River is a 5 of hearts.
Yeah, let's correct them.
So P-Man gonna miss. Barber 8s and
Yeah,
5s.
Barber's hoping he takes this. I mean, He-Man has to take a stab at this. His king high is obviously not going to be good here. So he's gonna. I expect him to lead out here for like 500.
Is there a way they can broadcast it?
Ah, good.
Just gonna give up. Barber turning over the 8s.
Nice little pot there for Barber. He's going to win $800, or he's going to win 500, but $800 pot.
Get a quick look at these stacks as we head for the penultimate hands this evening. He's going to play a hold'em hands, and then we're going to play a bomb pot, and then we're going to say goodbye.
That's the next thing they're working on.
KY is going to be like a little
Apple Vision Pro.
There you go.
Yeah, you can put a screen here and it'll be my face, but
We are moving next year, right? In January.
I don't know.
That's the latest. The latest rumor.
I'm the last to find out anything. I'll believe it when I see it. I'm not going to talk about things that aren't announced because, well, I have no idea. So optimize, raise the Jack 10, Kevin, Ace Queen, making it 175.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense there.
Optimize is going to be the only caller here. Heads up we go. King, King 5, Rainbow. Neither player connecting particularly well. Kevin could see bet here. But probably we weren't.
Yeah, I mean, optimizes. You can never call in this spot right here. And Kevin's actually bluffing with the best hand.
125, the little C bet gets through. Kevin going to take the last hold'em hand, and we're going to finish with a bomb pot. 10 hours, 4 cards, 2 boards.
A crowd favorite. I know it's a table favorite. First time. The first thing a new player does when they sit at a table is ask, "Where's the bomb pot button?"
Yep. And then every 5 minutes, it's like, "Where's the bomb pot?
Where's the bomb pot? Where's the bomb pot?"
You know, they'll spread it.
And then they always say, "I hate bomb pots."
Yeah.
That would be a lie. We actually we spread games here that are just bomb pots.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like if enough people want to play, they'll just play bomb pots if you want. All right. So we get this last hand underway. Remind you all, be sure hit like and hit subscribe and get those notifications on if you want to find out every time we're on the air. These days, we're on the air pretty much every day across
Every day. We
across
do.
Austin, Dallas, and Houston.
We even have tournaments.
Yeah, the
On
Saturday
nights,
final
yeah.
table out of Dallas.
We're looking for a king or some diamonds here. I always try to reverse engineer this.
How about the 5 for T-Holden to have a sliver of both boards. King for P-Man, pots it up to 80. Also has the wrong ends of the gutter. Johnny with the other king, and his king is better. And he also has a queen on top, so they're going to go heads up. Front door diamonds come in, 7 on the bottom. Nobody has a flush here. Johnny looking pretty good here. He's got the queen. He's got the better king.
Yeah, they're comfortable that a flush would probably bet that turn. So
yeah. And now Johnny's going to be scooping as P-Man finds no further improvement on the rivers. $100. Johnny's trying to get a little money out of P-Man, as he will. There's the call, and there's the scoop. So that'll be kings with
just
the
a
queen
queen on
and
top. Takes it down. All right. Well, that's it.
That's
All
going
right,
to be
great.
it. Yeah, let's
great job.
see these stats come through. And just, that was a heck of a night. That's a heck of a game.
That was a
See,
lot
we
of
don't
fun.
need to have 100 hands. Like, we can have a lot of fun in 92 hands.
Want to thank everybody in the chat. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us.
Yeah,
Make
thanks
it
a lot.
interesting.
You guys make the show. I mean, it's the players, it's the chat. We're just along for the ride here. And, of course, it's producer Mel on the other side pressing the buttons to get us all these wonderful graphics this evening. And,
Yeah, she was able to do that while watching the football game. So
yeah, that's impressive.
I mean, that is I could hear it. I appreciate that.
Also, also thanks to Kristen for putting these lineups together. Thanks to David for keeping this whole ship together with the production.
That's a busy man. He's in charge of all the streams. Yeah,
he's doing all the content for TCH, and see if any more of these stats come up. I'm trying to stall for time here. We've got the PFR stat, and I was just trying to drag this out.
Yeah,
I don't have any
call
no more stats.
All right,
so,
guys. Thank you
you'll
very
have to do
much.
some
We will
math.
see you here on Thursday, and then of course next Monday, William will be here.
I'll be here for the 2-5.
Yeah, I'll be on vacation for a while.
Enjoy that vacation.
All right.
So we'll sign off here on behalf of everyone. Thanks for watching. Point wide, the New York Nets.